Buonasera tutti.
Jordan.
Good evening. I hope everybody is well this evening. Welcome to Fate's Grip. And we are on episode 7, Starry Night.
I was here for that weird group of the 6 people.
We'll get to that. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy this evening. And we're very, very excited to have everybody here. I guess shout-out wise, I'll give it a start. We are very, very blessed and happy and excited to be partnering with Aeoncraft. And now we can announce that there will be a monthly giveaway of some of Aeoncraft's amazing apparel. Some of his great shirts will be on, and it will be on for giveaway. And we will.
You should have worn it.
I told you. We do have a sample that is actually the one that will be given away, which is an amazing crew neck, which will be called. The gelatinous cube. That's right. Cube. So thank you so much, Aeoncraft. This, hey Shadowmere. These giveaways will happen monthly, and so we will post it on our Twitter page and remind everybody about that too. But that is amazing that we can partner with Aeoncraft. Also, if you can't get a hold of a winning tee, then you can still go onto Aeoncraft's website, aeoncraft.com.au, where he's got at the moment, or just about to, some
buy tonight,
10% off some apparel and dice. So that is even more spectacular. So I'll be having a look online too. But that's amazing. Thank you so much, Aeoncraft, for allowing us to go through this. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's on now. The sale is on now. So get on to aeoncraft.com.au and check out his wares. Handcrafted dice. He does an amazing job.
super nice.
Definitely.
Does live balls on stream.
Yeah. He streams live as well, and definitely shows everybody what he's doing. Very, very professional. So with that in mind, I might pass it again, going from my right over. Go for it.
I'm more prepared this stream.
Well done.
Wow, MVCDM just pointed out something I haven't done yet. Thank you. Speaking of MVCDM, the reason why he's pointing things out is because there are 3 people in this chat who suddenly are rich with power and responsibility, and I'm scared. But MVCDM, Talera, and Hamish, I don't know why I called you Hamish. Hamish, fuck, Ham, DM, Hamish, what's his name? Hamathy, is what the chat called him earlier, are now mods. So if you do them wrong, they will fucking ban you.
They will end
to
you.
put it lightly.
They will
end you.
Yeah.
They will absolutely end you from coming into this stream. But thank you so much. You guys have always been big supporters of us, and we're so glad that you're going to help us.
Thank you.
Further the community and make sure that it's the safest community. So thank you so much for helping us do that, and for being some of the pioneers of our community. It's very, very kind.
Absolutely. Lovely. Your turn, Sheldon.
All right, well, a big thank you to everybody who entered in to get their hands on the Rogue Class Glass, which we're giving away in the middle of the break, so stick around till our midway break. Massive thank you to Meeples and Dragons for giving us some very, very cool merch to give away. The Rogue Class Glass is good. It's not as good as the Cleric one, but it'll hold the same amount of beer, and if you're a rogue, I guess it's pretty cool. And you can't get that one, and you can't get it on the website at the moment either. But if you do want to get some cool stuff, go to meeplesanddragons.com.au. They have a very cool cantrip candle, the healing potion.
Oh, they're good. They're nice.
Got my eye on that.
They have dice in them too.
But yeah, stick around to the break and we'll be announcing.
If your nostrils need healing, it's there.
What?
See a doctor.
Correct.
So
Yeah, that is true too. Yeah.
definitely.
Don't take our advice.
We do not endorse medical advice on the stream.
Don't endorse medical advice.
I mean, what? We don't provide healthcare on this stream.
Depends on your condition.
Shit.
Doctors are a sham.
Speaking of which, no, but go on.
Well, I don't think there's
Is that why we
any...
skipped Jordan? Because he's just full of shit?
No,
That was my shout out.
Yeah.
Fuck doctors.
yeah.
It's in.
Health insurance.
Not really. Not really though. I mean.
Jordan has a weird eye, so yeah, you definitely need help.
Excellent.
There are 7 people that maybe in the chat at the moment who are lovely human beings and have been with us for, God, going on 3 years now. We're in our 3rd
I
year?
don't know if it's 3 years yet.
We're in our 3rd year, I'd
No, I
imagine.
don't think we're in our
No?
3rd year.
Well, I'm going to say we're in 3 years because that's how amazing you are. You've been with us for an extra year.
Mm.
MVCDM, Prometheum, Ham, Talera, D20, John, and Clint. Thank you so much for yesterday. I actually had a blast. Yeah.
Chaos.
Chaos. Chaos did ensue, and it was dealt with in a very adventurous way. Amazing. Again, a lot of us, some of you saw us after.
Oh yeah, we got on video call with them after.
Oh, my
Sorry.
bad. Okay.
No, I asked to.
Yeah, because
They didn't invite me. I crashed. I was like,
Nice.
hey, what's going on?
yes.
But yeah, you need to stay up for longer.
Yes.
Again.
I drank a bottle of wine at that point too. So
Nice. Sorry about that.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for your support and everyone else that's joined us along the way. Also, Arden Roleplay, thank you so much for hosting. And thank you for being along the journey that we've been on so far as well. The continued support that we've had from you guys has been absolutely amazing. Meeples and Dragons with John as well.
your name was unpronounceable G starting name as D20 called you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that wins. Ham.
Definitely.
Or I'll take your mod privileges away.
Jeez.
I'm joking.
You don't need to.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm drunk with power.
She will not do that,
The
Ham.
real enemy is at this table.
Ban her ham.
That's it. Thank you very
That
much.
was a
Appreciate
trend
it.
that happened in last night's chat.
Yeah.
Ban Emily.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. I'll make it. I'll make it a thing.
Potentially a reason.
What?
So with that,
If I disappear halfway through the stream,
I'm not
you know
saying.
where I'm going.
fair.
Someone call a pizza.
So with that, we're going to any other shout outs? Anything else?
I do want to add really quickly to
Yeah.
that one shot. I have to assume that it was NVCDM that made that video at the start.
Mm.
The,
Yes, yeah, good pick.
the animated little video. We'll be hitting you up if we ever want to make this an animated series, so thank you for that. Thank you in advance for agreeing without consent. But awesome video.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Aeon the Crafty made a appearance.
Mm,
Ricky made an appearance. It was a good time, so thank you.
awesome. And welcome, first time chat, Choco. Hello.
Hey!
So, without further ado, we're going to go and delve into the recap. The recap. I've got this.
The
God,
kneecap.
can you do an accent with that?
No.
My name's the recap.
The recap after you see us some more, but sit tight. We'll be along in a minute to episode 7, Starry Nut. And welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Choco, crazy. And I don't have my glasses on. And Dare?
That's
I butchered your name, but hey, thanks.
That's
thanks
high
for the
praise.
compliments.
thank you.
Welcome. This is season 2. We've just started. You can catch up super easy. I promise. It's all on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Twitch, YouTube,
Thank you very much,
everywhere.
Choco.
Anyway, goodbye.
All right, so let's recap. Now, back towards the village of Zanillo, you traveled and found the boy Goss truly gone, his mother, Sanine, having beaten the drunk father to death, and a magical creature leading the mother away with the promise of finding her son appeared then vanished with her. You found odd runes on the bed of Goss, and taking note and taking Abigail their
Oh,
horse,
thanks, Sam.
you left. Thank you so much, Ham. Enjoy those subs. Finding...
Oh, Ham. Every time Michaela tries to speak, oh, Ham.
And
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Please keep going. I'd like to play D&D.
Okay. You found odd
Jeez.
runes on the bed of Goth, and taking note and taking Abigail their horse, you left, finding refuge from the storm in a small bunch of trees, where a group of drow appeared dead in front of your camp, one of them with the same markings as Sid, and being attacked by ravenous winged beasts outside a temple to an old god. The end result? Being blinded by a large centaurish creature who said, "You have seen too much." Thank you for the save.
Oh, Jordan.
So,
Sweet.
as you are all blinded by this brilliant streak of light, immediately afterward, there were two people who rolled around a 20. It was you
And Nat 20.
and Nat 20, and you, I think. Or,
Not me.
no,
But you were 17?
yeah.
you were
What was the
under a
roll that
20,
you were
weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it was you two. It was yourself, Hood, and Sid. You
Almost the last
immediately...
episode.
You immediately regain your sight. But Velo and Luna, you are still blinded and you still feel. Thank you so much. What?
Oh. Hype train.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And enjoy that sub.
Gracias.
You see nothing. You see just white light. And you feel, you immediately go to your eyes and you feel wet as though, and you smell that iron smell as that blood starts to drain from whatever wound that you can feel. And immediately as this centaur creature casts a spell on you all, you hear this much softer voice. My champion. You rush in too fiercely, and with retribution in your heart. Your overprotection will one day punish you, old friend. And you all feel this weird breeze around you. Thank you so much for the bits, Aeoncraft. And your sights are regained.
Ours.
Yes. And in front of you, you see this vision of utter beauty. In front of you, it's an odd sight. You see darkness with other groves around you in the distance. This pathway of pebbles, those multicolored pebbles leading back towards Old Rechi in the west. The rain eases greatly. In fact, it disappears entirely. Though you're still wet, your clothes are drenched. And you see patting gently this centaur with wings is a large female with pale blue skin, unaffected by age or plight. It flows over her face with a long and deep and navy and white streaked hair that flows away from her face, though the wind has died as well. Her dress flowing different shades of blue that seem as though galaxies and stars swirl within, as though calling this dress home. The dress dances on its own, a small space away from her hand, which is outstretched, and the other gently patting this centaur, who she calls Godneo.
Thank you, MVC.
Thank you, MVC, dear. Godneo, why do you attack these innocents? I will speak with you in your haste forthwith, but for now be gone from my presence. Your sight, it sickens me. in your age, you have grown weary and more suspicious, and I am displeased. And you see this large beast with these massive wings of a dragonfly again, but much more solid, much more stout turn, and with this interesting, disappointed looking face of a centaur, simply eyes down and silent, and starts to move away, trot towards another grove of trees. And you see in the distance, slowly creeping closer, the woman who was in the temple start to make her way closer. No sign of the turtle priestess that was in the temple proper. The temple's still behind you, and you see this lady coming towards you more. And she stands before you now, only a few feet away. I need everybody to make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma?
Yeah.
I'm scared. Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on a 22? How? 15.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Mm-hmm.
14 minus 10.
You've got a bit of a you get a bit of a minus to your rolls. Sid,
No, I rolled a 4.
sure, fair.
I rolled a 2 plus 2.
As you, Sid, look up at this woman, she's unimpressive to you. It looks like the shadows around her dance and make her look like a spectacle, but your thoughts and your focus still is on was behind you, all those drow. And your vision doesn't cloud. It doesn't see this woman as a friend, but everyone else does. You see this woman as the most beautiful being you've ever seen. In fact, it is love at first sight. Nothing can harm this person as long as you live.
Are we
So-
considered charmed?
You are considered charmed.
So I should have got an advantage.
You can roll if you want to. Absolutely.
Actually.
Don't fuck me, Dash. That's much better. That's a 20.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
Is that a druid thing?
no. It's
No, it's an elven thing. Yeah.
You've got to be an elf. Sorry.
You shake the feeling of her beauty away in an instant. For a moment, your thought was one of simply love. But you both still understand that this woman is definitely amazing in her visage. Spectacular, but you're not overcome. But you, Velo, and you, Hood, head over heels.
Where's Velo standing?
You're all next to each other at this point.
I'm going to
What was that look?
approach the woman I don't know.
Yep.
It's been some time, yeah?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure we've met. I am Sarah.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Is she bony?
Simply Sarah.
Sarah. Sarah, how could I forget such a vision of beauty? Eh? Can you not see what you're looking at the moment?
She's pretty.
Sid. Someone so downtrodden can't appreciate this?
So let me guess. We can't know anything. We need to leave you guys alone. You know, for like a type of creature, I'm assuming you're Fae. We're just trying to get on our business, and you guys are supposed to be ready, like the 15th one we've seen. And all of you just keep telling us that, we don't want you to know anything. Don't follow us. Don't learn.
Don't talk to Sarah like that.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, she's a friend, obviously.
How difficult is it just to take a body back to a pub?
Well, yes. Maybe we can take her with us.
You speak of bodies and stories that you'd like to know. Knowledge is dangerous,
So I hear.
but I am knowledgeable. And I can bestow this understanding you seek if you so wish. You, however, do have, for what you've said, a task, perhaps something in the cart that requires delivery.
Yeah, we got shit to do.
Sarah, you can press upon me whatever you wish.
Ugh.
This isn't roleplay. This is how they talk to each other in real life. This is what I have to compete with.
She gives you a bit of a smirk and a slight nod and says,
I'm getting closer and closer as this conversation is going on.
sure. She doesn't step back. She, in fact, if anything, as you get closer, you are mesmerized by her hair, by her lips, which you can't seem to gaze away from. Although the other eye looks at the dress that you could swim in. It is so pure of silk and just glittering with stars.
Luna, perhaps you should take some tips for hair from her. Yours is nice and long, but she has a bit more body.
It's not very nice.
I don't
My
know.
hair's really wet at the moment.
Well, it's been raining, I know, but how have you kept your hair so good?
Well, maybe you should lick yourself more.
Perhaps I won't have to while Sarah's here.
Help.
Jesus. I'm gonna sidle up very slowly and bustle up, kind of in between the two of them. My feathers are a bit more volume than usual. Gonna stick my head out and wings up, come in, move aside, move aside. Ignore this bore, my lady. The two of us know the weariness of the years. Take my arm. I know, Lynn, I need your support. I'm gonna prefer my arm.
She gently moves and clasps ever so gently. The brush on your arm is a beautiful, subtle feeling, and you almost shiver at that touch.
I swoon. Oh, and just lean into her.
I'm going to look very jealous at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen these two be this nice before. It's quite strange.
I hope you know some restoration spells, because she's
Oh,
been around a while.
Absolutely not.
Bragg's about to get freaky on the road, so.
What do you want from us?
I didn't fucking glare at you, so I'm gonna say that.
She looks towards you, Luna, and you, Sid, and says, strong of mind. Very well. And she holds her other hand up and just almost as though waving, just puts the hand up and then lowers it slightly. And you both,
As she goes to put the hand up, I just reach up and clasp it.
as you do clasp, whatever magical effect, whatever illuminescent beauty this thing is, she still is, but you're yourselves again, and you remember falling for her in an instant, but the feeling is no longer with you.
I'm gonna rip my wing away and unclasp my hand. I'll push you a little closer and move away.
So I'm no longer charmed. I'll kind of like rub my eyes from previously being blinded, and kind of ears will duck back, bit of a squint, and I'll still look at her, and from the description, she still sounds beautiful.
She's still beautiful, absolutely, but there's no. She's still a stranger in your eyes now. She's not a lover or a best friend, or
Yeah.
a sister.
I'm trying to show no confusion in my confused state.
Make a deception check then. Thank you so much for the bits.
Are you talking to the players? Or?
D20. Good point.
Is a banshee?
What's wrong with that?
Nat 20.
Oh, sure, nat 20. Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
For everything else I want.
She.
It's natural 20 for the.
That's right.
Because love is important.
Correct. Nothing is amiss in that case.
Yeah.
So she doesn't seem to catch on at all. to your doings. And she looks back. I'm here.
To seduce us.
There's one advantage fays have over others, but not intentionally. That is why it is no longer afflicting you.
I can do it too.
My dear,
I can do it too. It's called 3 pints.
perhaps
three,
one
Villa?
day we will sit and you will be invited to the courts and we shall drink together. But for now, you have a choice. You may leave and perhaps not come to an understanding of what has passed. If you want such information, I can tell you about many things that you've seen and answer many questions on behalf of my queen, or you may leave.
Who's your queen?
And she sort of almost turns and then she stops and looks back towards you. The queen of night and magic. The most powerful fae in Vim. She sits high on the throne as she has many other names. For now, you will know her as such.
So her
The
name's
queen
as
of the
such?
courts. The queen of the courts. The queen of the shadow fae. The mistress of night. Many other names pass by the lips of those who revere her, those who know her, those who know the truth.
As she's mentioning that, any of those names recallable from pre-episode?
She continues, and then while she does that, you can roll a history check. But
Can I get in on that also?
yeah,
please?
sure. The
Just
mistress.
to see if I've ever heard of
Sure.
her.
The mistress of air and darkness, the lady of the summer palace, the bride of shadows, her celestial and royal majesty.
History is a 16 with the 2, 18.
Cool.
Natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 2.
Well, from your previous travels, no.
Okay.
You've never heard of any of these names before. But what you do understand is in the tales of people that have come from other worlds, that have brought books and history, tomes, and whatever rudimentary libraries that have been set up around Vim and have housed these tomes, you've heard whispers of this or these, or queens and lords of the Fae. Nothing specific to these names, but the Fae that you know have abided in other worlds.
Cool.
So what is your wish? Do you simply wish to leave or ask more of me? That which I can answer, I will not do so in silly riddles. I will do so plainly.
You haven't told us what you want from us yet.
I arrived because you were being undone by Gorneo, my champion. He rushed in without so much as a thought, and believe me, there's no excuse for this. We will make sure that he learns his lesson.
So you're saying your queen doesn't sanction the murder of priests? They seem to be trying to protect that woman. Your champion smashed through a window and impaled her with a spear.
What I'm saying is, for yourselves, you were attacked. And she sort of looks up, and you can see above you the clouds have cleared, and now pure dark sky. But for the millions of stars and the 10 moons that are above, you can see that some of these moons are crescent, some of them are whole, in all parts of space above you. And you can see some of these stars are bright and burning and white hot, and some are tiny, but no part of the sky is empty. And she looks up and gazes for a moment at the shooting stars, and she says, The world is young. People brought with them evil knowledge and intention. You may not know this. And the last war would provide evidence here. The war which these greedy humanoids, goblinoids, and Fae, those who have broken off from the true path of the Fae lords and lordesses, had fought over this land. Their greed, their unwanting lust for murder and power and land and coin and riches tore this place asunder in the names of these gods. These old gods, they call them, from other places. Their old worlds, the worlds in which they were not safe, that were torn apart from the very names. And here we are.
Have you been here since the start of like this world?
We have not. But we are
Not
the
we,
oldest.
Like you.
Personally,
Yeah.
I have.
How long have you been here?
The last count was 600 years.
That's a long time.
I do not wish to count the days and the months and the years. We wish to simply exist and keep this home safe. Those who whisper the names of gods once worshipped are in danger of being enslaved by them again and causing another war, one which we may or may not have the strength to put down. And she sort of sighs and shakes her head. I apologize. I am not normally this firm. This subject is as though a sore wound is festering in the hearts of our kind.
Is that what happened to Goss?
Yeah.
Was he like invaded by or possessed, I guess is the right word, by an old god, or was it truly like a demon?
You may want to understand that the intention for this was only for good and for your protection, because you, out of all, seem to be quite curious. I, by the Queen's word, have been watching since the village, and for that know your name. You have stumbled upon something in which we are also investigating. Disappearances.
Do you see a flyer too?
The what?
The flyer.
I'm gonna pull the flyer out of my cloak.
She gives it a glance and shakes her head no.
I'm going to whisper to Sid, oh my god, she's here for the bounty too.
Are you trying to say that without her hearing you?
Yeah, I said a whisper.
Okay,
Yeah,
stealth.
stealth.
Yep.
Nat 20 again. So Nat 20, 25.
Okay. You're all doing very well this evening. I commend you.
Oh no, he just cursed us.
As you do speak this, she continues unabated. She does not hear you at all.
Better get something dope for that.
I have been watching, and for that reason know your names, and have seen what you have seen, the disappearance of this boy.
He wasn't disappeared, he was there. It just wasn't there inside.
It is unknowing as to how the boy ended in such a state.
He went to the lake.
I
Seems
understand.
that, perhaps some deals are happening with one of your kind. Do you know of Honfo Shen?
The name is not familiar, but certainly a Fey name. What do you know of this?
There's little tidbits of information around the boy. It suggests that someone had been making a deal with this being. Perhaps
Beautiful timing. Big
also
buddy.
it's the Mountain of Woe and Emberford. Heard similar things have happened there.
We have seen Emberford, but not the mountains above Woe village. Thank you for this. It is new information for us. I was that vagrant that you saw leaving the house in disguise as you entered. That shaman.
Oh, wow, you look different.
We can disguise ourselves if we need to, and that is why I overheard your conversation. I was investigating this personally, but decided to step back and understand if you knew more.
So you did not have the power to save the boy.
No. And that is concerning. My powers personally are not great, but they can bestow some form of healing and deception where required.
Does that involve the symbol under his bed?
The symbol is Fey, speech. You may know it as Sylvan. It was not put there by myself or those who are also investigating this, no. For we do not know whom is in control here. We know only people and things are disappearing.
Where did you take the boy's mother?
I did not.
Who then? Let me be more direct. Did you take her to save her son, or did you take her so she wouldn't tell this tale?
We did it for the reason of her own safety. We do not know why the boy was a victim of this crime, of this unusual happenstance. So we brought her with us so that we can comfort her and that we can also assure her of our ongoing search.
Can I roll insight on
Yep.
that?
Sure.
Yep, before I even finish the sentence, you have a +5 to your insight.
21.
21. Wow. All right.
It's like how I memorize that because, like,
Yeah,
3
well
episodes
done.
in a row, I've had to remind you.
Someone has to know.
It's true.
Thank you.
You can call me Mum.
Thanks, Mom.
Don't.
Um.
Don't do it again. It's a bad joke.
Same again.
Secrets.
Okay.
Secrets in ASMR.
Okay. I'm not.
All right. You okay?
Oh, the moth. This Abby is old.
Airball?
You should stop licking yourself.
What else do you wish to know from your previous travels?
Oh, there's so much. What's the deal with the Mouse King?
Mouse King.
Yeah, why do people hate him?
I'm not aware of such a name.
Oh,
This is the fellow we heard of in the city.
Very well. I'm not aware. Should this be something that is in connection with disappearances?
I feel like you should know because there was definitely a number of Fae that was super after him in that castle thing that we went to.
Or so we heard. We visited a small keep outside a village.
It wasn't a small keep, it was definitely a large castle.
Mm.
And there was like a maze out the front and stuff.
The ladies Trichet.
What
They-
of them?
They
They were
seem
after
to want
the
to
Mouse
keep us
King.
at their tower, make us do things for them. It's probably why we're a bit distrusting of your kind.
They are not to be trusted.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Oh, I thought they seemed like good people.
If they are after
to
this
know.
Mouse King, this friend of yours, I would be very concerned for his safety.
I mean, he doesn't have an arm anymore.
I've never met him.
You put him in a bag.
No.
I'm unsure of the intention of being so deceptive, Arakokra, but I assure you this is not a place.
Her name's Bella. You should probably call her that.
Well, perhaps you should be
Kay.
perhaps you should be slightly less deceptive towards me, as I am speaking truths. Are we in agreement, Velo?
No, 20 seconds ago you charmed me. I don't believe you're speaking truths.
Very well. We will be at a stalemate then. Believe what you
It
wish.
has the word made in it.
If I was to refer to the 5, would she know what I was talking about? The
Oh,
Hunter.
every time you say the 5, I'm like,
no, that's
season 1.
the hunter, the hag, there's a boar or something in there as well.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you know what I was referring to?
Would she know?
Yeah.
You don't know. You haven't asked.
You have to ask that question.
For her to understand if she knows.
And what of the 5 spirits that housed Vim? None of us knew each other before we ran into them.
Yeah, in that field.
I was to understand they're a part of the Fae as well.
Some yes, some not. You were brought together by the Queen.
Why us?
So this is then no coincidence.
It is a
Coinky-dink.
coincidence indeed
Never
that
heard that one.
it is a coincidence indeed that you are here, but certainly not that you first met. You could have gone your different ways, but you decided not to. That is acceptable. Now, a simple test. No harm came to those that were in such a place. But it was an interesting choice you made. Nonetheless,
Okay, so why us?
you have particular pasts.
Like what?
We are not sure, to be very
Hello,
honest with you.
Theo Fordnote, who also just stumbled across the street.
Hello.
There's 2 people tonight that just
welcome.
stumbled on.
Welcome.
Welcome. Hey, I'm gonna pitch every time because that's what you do on Twitch. Hey, we're Fate's Group. We're an Australian-based Dungeons and Dragons stream, and sometimes I play Horizon Zero Dawn, and sometimes we play Dead by Daylight and All Scream, and Michaela narrates the killing. We're in season 2 of our homebrew campaign in the world of Vim. You can catch us every Tuesday night at 6:45 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can also listen back to all of the old episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
So
Back
good.
to you, Michele.
Was that all one breath, or?
No,
That was
multiple.
ridiculous. That's crazy.
This is why I'm the producer.
Yeah, fair. Welcome. Anyway,
It's on my resume.
enjoy listening. So,
You don't want to see us play Dead by Daylight. It's horrible because Michele is really good at it, and the rest of us are terrible.
you're all very good.
Oh, Promethean's here.
So, bringing it back in.
Disappointment. What
What would you? What did we just?
was the
Do.
question? What about our past?
Okay, thank you. Back to it. She says this is not something that we are fully aware of yet, but surrounding you is something odd.
Like what?
Their feathers.
You all have a touch of magic around you. All of you have power. more than those who have been simply living here for some time. Every being on Vim has the ability from the Fae who have spread their magic and their generosity through this place and have some sort of skill with magic.
It's the tarot cards.
But it all has decided to converge on you. For what reason we are not aware of yet. And that is why you are under the protection of the Fae.
You say protection. Does that mean that there's others that are looking for us as well?
No, but should ever someone try, you will have our watchful eye.
What, you'll be constantly watching?
I feel like they already have been, Bello. Were you
Thus-
there when we were on the ship?
No, like I said,
In the
That was
theatre?
awful.
it has been sporadic. Yes, we were in or near the theater.
It's a really pleasant night that was ruined by a giant whale.
Thank you for your help.
You were not needed. We were not needed. We understand the circumstances. But should you wish not to be watched and to be protected, simply say the word. For even then, the Fae are concerned that we ourselves are put into danger simply by protecting you. So we will back away if you decide you do not need us.
So whom's after you then?
Again, we do not know, but the
it
Fae
these
have
dark
also
stone?
been afflicted by whatever disappearances have happened. I cannot say more on this, because should word get out of the being that has disappeared from our courts, it will induce panic.
Then this is something that you're willing to share with us? If we're supposed to be your champions?
Not champions.
You're coming to the point now. You haven't just made yourself apparent to us for no reason. You've got a job for us to do, don't you?
You already have a task and tasks at hand. No, this is not a task set by myself or the Queen of Night and Magic. This is simply a message. I've said what I am here to say. By the Queen's voice, I speak. Should you wish for us again, call for me.
I have a question. So, well, I have a lot, but this is the one that's the most important for right now. So you said it before, we met someone that came from, what was it called? Dark Sun.
Yeah, one of the other planes I think you speak of.
And then we also met someone whose family had come from Forgotten Something. I've never heard this mentioned more than I have in the last couple of weeks. Is there a reason for that?
Should people decide,
Speaking of old worlds and stuff like that, I've never really heard people talk about it.
should people decide to speak of their pasts and their ancestors, that is free. That is not punishable by us. We will not
Perhaps.
come down
I'm
like...
not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, it's
No,
curious.
no. it
Perhaps
is-
more specific, why would go no yo?
What the heck was that?
Is that his name?
God now.
Galneo.
God,
Good.
Galneo.
That's why I was laughing at the start. I was
Mayo.
deciding whether or not I would be a smart ass as he was being admonished.
Did you roll a d20?
No,
Shatter in the
I thought
temple
it would
and
be interrupting.
kill a priest and steal a citizen.
Your citizen is returning to you unharmed. The idea, the stories do not affect, and the past is the past, and it can be spoken freely. But when one starts to worship and start to call on these old gods, it puts this land at risk.
Why? If people are allowed to speak about their pasts and the lands that they were in, why are they not allowed to speak about what they believed in?
Manifesting these gods, myth of the Fae. The myth of the Fae reads and tells that gods can manifest simply by speech and worship.
Has it happened already?
We do not know. If it has, it is not apparent. But if evil should come back in
How
the
do you know
form,
that they're evil, though? Some of these gods might not be. I'm
And-
not saying let's worship them, but
and
like,
should you take that chance?
oh, I don't want to. I don't believe in gods. But like, why is I don't understand. They can't all be awful, can they?
Not all of them, but we don't know which ones. And so for that reason, we do not, and we forbid the risk.
Just seems weird to forbid, like, you're allowed to talk about your past, but you have to leave out a big chunk of it.
Is Sarah? Is Sarah like a celestial being? Or
Make a,
something that
make
is,
a, make a
like,
perception check.
higher than just mortal?
Have a look. Have a look with your eyes.
Your bloody eyes.
What, perception?
Perception.
That's only going to be a 12.
To your best understanding,
Oh, the blood! Oh no!
she looks like a very majestic elf with these extremely pointed ears and this regalness about her that speaks volumes. She could be extremely rich, looking at the adornment she wears. She's wearing rings of gold and silver all around her, and bracelets and necklaces. She's definitely either an extremely rich and powerful elf or a fae herself. Almost elf. Thanks.
Out of character to
Sure.
you, would I be able to? I tried to write down a lot. There was a bit of a
That's all
information dump during last session.
Yep.
The information
Is
for
the meeting place where Stone and Disguise hide the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Was that part of the note found? Is that tied in with Hon Foshen and the deal that was spoken of? I've wrote down a lot of
Yes,
stuff.
correct.
Yeah, so that is
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this Hon Foshen seems to be perhaps an enemy of yours, maybe doing some back channeling, some dodgy stuff.
We were unaware of this being also interested in the same quarry. So we will investigate. We're not sure as yet, but the message has already been received by my lady. She will investigate this person.
Might offer you a tidbit of information.
So willingly.
I'd ask the same of you. To start with, he might have a meeting place where Stone and Disguise hide the sun. Are you familiar with it?
The Mask of Hassel, of course.
And does that have any significance to your guy?
The Mask of Hassel. Yes. It's... Oops, sorry, 2 moments. It represents a prince of the Fae, native to the Riverlands in the southeast, the son of the king of the Riverlands, though not many know of this. This stone structure was put up in reverence for him when he died.
This might be a place your queen might want to investigate.
Thank you, but what do you ask for return?
Can I re-anticipate a insight check on
Yeah.
her reaction to
Yep.
this. Does any of this tie in with the voids around the place? Similar to the one under Nose Tip Mountains?
Did you say voids?
Yeah. If
She-
I remember, I think this might have been on a pre-session before
Yeah.
I wrote down. So
Yeah.
sweet.
She gives you a sort of a confused look, a genuine confused look, it seems. And she says, voids. So the Nose Tip Mountains seem to have a void. Can you describe it?
I've heard tidbits, nothing solid, but sort of came with the information that your kind didn't want people knowing about them.
What does it look like? What the void is an empty portion in space. Is that what you're describing? A section of nothingness?
I have no idea myself, so it might have been interest for the Fae to keep this information from the general populace.
Thank you. It is extremely valuable. And one of, again, concern, perhaps ties with these disappearances, I'm not sure, of these beings.
So you're going to watch us at all times, right?
Not if you choose not to. For like I said, we are
It's a
concerned
confusing sentence.
that it converges on you, this magic. The magic we have given Vim seems to have this invisible tether to you all. We don't understand it. And that is of concern. It seems to be acting on its own accord. So for that reason, the choice is yours. We respect either decision.
I mean, as long as you're not going to kill us, I don't mind.
Are you aware of an attack that happened in the theatre district of Old Rechi a few weeks back?
Like I said, I was aware, but I was not present.
I'll pull out the cloak that I picked up when the entity disappeared. Hold it out to her. What do you make of this?
She invites you to hand it to her.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
She gives it a very, very quick swish once and then twice, and as it swirls, you can see that even in this darkness that's around you, it itself becomes completely invisible. And then it reappears as she sort of swishes around again. A magical item? Perhaps one that is bound from the expanse. These lizard folk that have found a way to gather these from the deep sea.
How deep is it?
There's no end.
It was a joke.
She gives you a bit of a stern look. And she continues. I'm not sure of its origin, but
It was the entity that seemed to be controlling the beasts in the theatre. Remained when he disappeared. Or it disappeared.
well, if this being was controlling the creature, it is a powerful being indeed. I would not assume that it is folly enough to leave a piece of itself behind so unintelligently. Perhaps it's for a purpose. But if it is simply by accident, you have come across a lovely invisibility cloak.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Who gets it?
Hey, you can hide from all of your responsibility.
Hide from you will be its best use.
That's very nice.
And what of the group of dead drow out the front?
She sort of looks over your shoulder. What bodies?
And I guess I turn around then and look over. Do I still see the...
You all suddenly look over and there is no more evidence of bodies.
There was definitely a pile of bodies there.
You're fairly far away from the site, but at the very least, you should see what look to be bodies on the ground.
They were arranged in a sort of pattern, all the different corpses.
I'm sorry, I genuinely do not see. They're not invisible. I can see past that magic. They are simply not there.
That's annoying. There was one that had your tattoos.
I do notice, however, with my keen sight, that there is evidence of a disturbance in the earth. I believe what you say, that there were bodies there. I noticed that there are still crevices, small pits where perhaps bodies were, but they are no longer there now.
Maybe they were eaten.
Did I not get the note from you?
I've got it. I'll actually pull out the note and show one of my arms that's got all the runic tattoos. Apparently they, well, perhaps myself, were unwittingly gifted some powers with these runes. The entity or entities that gifted them, hunting them down. This isn't the first instance of a mass drow killing that I've heard based around this.
That is not fey magic, and for this she does seem to project her voice quite clearly and forcefully. You see an ever so slight tremble in her arms. That is not fey magic.
What do you make of it then?
I do not know. But again, another mystery.
You're okay? Do you need like a glass of water or no?
Perhaps I simply must tell of my discussion here with the court, and then perhaps a return. We will not watch you, if that is your choice. But if you would permit a visit to update as to our discussion and what we've discovered.
I would have a favor to ask, but you do your story first.
That is all I had. Please.
Well, you said that you are quite talented in the arts of deception, yes? If I was wondering if you could juice our cart up a little bit.
I'm sorry, what?
Juice it up, just make it a little bit nicer looking. Just make it, like it doesn't smell.
I'm sorry, I did not understand that word, but disguise the cart.
Yes.
It does seem to give off some scent.
There is a large dead man underneath there.
We give our secrets away, Sid. Come on.
He mentioned it before.
She's
It's
been
fine.
watching, I should possibly have seen it.
And he told us before.
I do not consent to this body being put in this
Well,
cart.
I'm sorry. We're the people of material things, and we have to, make our way. So if you could assist us in this, it'd be a little bit nice.
Make a persuasion check.
Why do I need a
Technically, the wife that your counterpart was guiding did this.
She did.
Yeah, true.
Perhaps it's no use to the occupant anymore. If
So
you
like
could stop
an
it
extra
from
roll?
decomposing, maybe touch up the head area a bit.
What did you get?
That's going to be a 15.
15?
11 with a 4.
Okay. She looks and says, I can disguise the smell. That is the extent of what I will offer here. I do not understand why you have this thing in there, but be that as it may, it is still unruly. We do not approve. But
Is this a permanent?
she sort of just guides her hand
Can
up
we pick the scent?
and opens her eyes again. Of course.
I think. What were you going to say?
I'm going to say not corpse.
Well, obviously.
What about wheat?
No.
We have wheat in the cart already. That would make sense, yes?
Yuck.
What?
Is it permanent? Will this smell be permanent?
I can allow it to last a number of weeks, but it is not permanent, no.
Has anyone here had cotton candy?
I do not know what that is.
I've eaten cotton.
One time, but I don't like it. It gets stuck in my teeth.
Yes.
But it's a nice smell, right?
It's sugar.
Smells like wheat.
Can we make it smell like that?
Does it taste so sweet?
Is everyone agreeing to this? You may.
Or berries or something nice?
Sure.
So berries or wheat or cotton candy?
Let me ask you, have you ever hidden any dead bodies?
You're speaking to a mistress of the court of the Fae.
So yes.
I'm gonna go with cotton candy corpse. I like the alliteration.
So you wish to smell it of both corpse
No, no, no,
and
no.
cotton
Please don't
candy.
listen to him.
No, we said not corpse.
Cotton candy.
Very well.
Like the blue
like
raspberry
PCC.
kind.
You will have what you ask, and it will last you 5 weeks. I'm sorry, I cannot amend that which is already broken. Sid.
How it's not broken. It's fully intact.
I was speaking of the body that Sid had requested.
She means his face.
Although, and she just again hovers her hand now and quickly casts a spell just to not be interrupted, and you can now start to smell this beautiful scent of fairy floss just abound, and it is strong. It is the pink flavor.
Oh, I said the blue.
Pink it is, and
You lose.
and you find yourselves just automatically salivating at that, and it's a lovely. It's subtle, but it definitely is covering a wide area.
I hope you like dealing with us, Sarah. I have a feeling we're going to see you again.
I've just mentioned I will be in contact with you.
I know.
Is that accepting?
Do you think you're going to be okay with these
protection?
conversations?
Look, do you think you're going to be okay not being in love with her?
No, she's grown on me a little bit.
How do we call you? If we did you?
The word help usually works.
If you are in grave danger, I will arrive, but otherwise, you are intelligent enough beings to be guided by your own fate.
I nudged Sid.
Would you say that fate's gripping us right now?
I would not.
She thinks
This
Bill
is
intelligent.
an unusual phrase, and I disdain from it.
Oh no, the fourth wall.
Well, it's probably been the most easy to deal with phase so far. You could have a word with your colleagues.
Have they not been so forthwith? Forthcoming in their discussion.
Pretty angry from the get-go, I would say. Most of them.
We
Not
are,
very forthcoming.
on behalf of them, I apologize, and on behalf of the court, just be aware and understand, please, that we also have our own burdens. It is not yet something that the population should know, however. Please do not discuss our conversations.
Would you like me to read your fortune?
Speaking of which, she
Oh,
she
yeah.
she changes the subject automatically.
Just gonna like do a fucking lightning bolt.
I was just going to read mine. I got really excited.
I got your fortune right here. Bam.
Oh no, my life. It's gone.
We have attempted to locate him, but he has been elusive.
Who?
A sage. A sage may be able to understand more with what we cannot hear, but he has not shown his face. His name, many names, known as the Sage, or the Foreteller, or the Speaker of Truths. Some say he calls himself Ushilo. This being is a rare mix of human and tiefling origin. A quarter demon. And it is said it is from this quarter he gains his sight, his foresight. There is rumor, even amongst the Fae that do not own this power, that it did not come from us, that he can speak and see the future for what it truly is.
That'll be a confronting visit for you.
Well, no. I read energies, and these work. Who's to say that he does?
Fair.
Laugh. It's a joke.
He has many. She continues. He has many doppelgangers. Means
Like
that
literal doppelgangers?
we do not know, but they seem to look like him, but are not him. Fakes. People that perhaps work for him, or perhaps are his family,
Really good idea.
that deem themselves the true Ushila, the true fortune teller, but in fact are not. And then the
does he
search
look like?
continues. He is this elusive that his vision changes.
He's not the one we saw outside of the theater, right? The one that I spoke to.
Again, I was not there, I'm not sure.
Do we remember his name? Do I remember his name?
You can make an intelligence check to
Can I do
double
it at
check.
advantage because I read his fortune?
No.
Sorry, I'm just being bad.
Sure.
What?
Sounds exactly
Natural
like
20.
it.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Don't give me those dimes.
Yeah, where are those dice from again?
Those are the Meeples ones and the
Meeples.
Mithril Foundry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
okay.
rolls have been good tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't jinx it.
Unbelievable.
Ah, my spleen. Been a while since I've heard that.
Where is it? Oh, here we go.
What?
Spleens.
Do birds have spleens?
Oh, thank you very much
Is
for
that
the
what you're
follow.
Googling?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just need to know.
You.
Do birds have spleens?
Honors.
Have you heard of honors?
We do not keep track of all fake and deceiving magic users and fortune tellers who use this gift that we have given them for good and for good purpose. So no, I have not.
So you would find that offensive if somebody claimed to be able to tell the future, but they couldn't.
This is really passive aggressive, fellow. If you
I'm
have
just
something you
clarifying.
want to say, you just say it.
I'm just trying to understand our new allies better. To avoid putting our foot in it in the future.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
That's right.
Mm.
Shut up.
We deem those who use it for profit and for not good heart to be a saddening occurrence. It is not something that the Fae are going to be set upon them or punish them, no, but it is a disapproving practice. However, this being is meant to be truly unbelievable in his skill. We look for him also because he may have received these magics from old gods, but that is another time for that story. But
Night, Ramshin.
thanks, Ramson. See you later. But if you were to find him, he may shed a lot more light on not just what is happening around Vim, but perhaps your own paths.
Ooh, that's exciting. But I can read out cards. They're real, you know.
Just maintain deadly eye contact with our new fae friends.
Was I not right about this journey being neutral? Good? Bad?
You'll see Hood for a moment. He's like playing with his chin. I think Luna actually has a point there. This has panned out quite neutral for us. Other
Well,
than,
so
yeah,
that
that
was a
other
good
woman
and-
being killed.
Good and bad?
Gotta look back at the smashed up temple just past the field of corpses.
Through the door where
The
the
corpses aren't there
total
anymore.
impaled.
Yeah. He's still there, isn't he? Still fully impaled. Can I see him from where I am?
Just inside that doorway, you can see the turtle from the last few minutes simply hanging from a large lance.
At least we got rid of the stank of the corpse we're going to sell. It's really neutral.
Neutral for us. Notice that I said neutral for us.
You may have a point there.
Excellent point also. Do you think turtles decompose a bit slower than the regular human?
Maybe if we tuck him inside the shell.
What?
Are you looking towards the elf as though you're asking her that question, or are you?
Looking towards the DM. How disgusted he is.
Okay, sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
She's simply looking very, very passive at this conversation. She doesn't have a look of disgust. She has not a look of happiness. Nothing you can tell is abiding her thoughts.
You said you'd answer our questions, right?
I did, and I still shall if you have more.
What of my cards?
I've
Are they evil?
not seen your cards.
Well, you said fortune telling's like really bad.
Oh, like, whoa, my Emily came out there. So did my Mara. I'll just I won't give them to her, but I'll hold them up at a distance. Give them a little flash.
Do I have those cards?
In my backstory.
Oh, cool, yeah. As you hold
They're
them up.
down the bottom. Very down the bottom.
Yeah, thank you. As you hold them up, you see Sarah move a little bit closer to them and just sort of almost squint at them as she's looking through. She looks back at you and says, "These are lovely."
Did I swear? Did I just swear?
No, just the one time.
D20's just bullying me. Okay.
Just the one time. Just quite lovely. In their drawings and depictions.
They're
What
not
is your
beautiful.
purpose with them, Luna?
That's really private.
You do not wish to share your intentions
Well,
with?
you're not answering my question before I.
They are
You should know
lovely.
you're all seeing.
No, I simply look upon when you are in danger. I'm not in your thoughts. I'm not in your private discussions. I will respect that distance. We must have trust here between us if we are to understand what is happening. What was your question, Luna?
Are they evil?
Do not feel any evil here.
Huh? They're not evil.
I
I
feel.
have other parchment. Do you want to check if they're evil as well?
Of course, if you so wish.
While we're looking.
Yes.
That's not funny.
No, it was sarcasm.
You and
Ah.
Wood can sit in your unbelieving corner and be sad.
I will sit in the unbelieving corner, especially after seeing what happens to believers. I point at the impaled turtle.
The turtle didn't
Oh, he believed in something.
like a thing called love.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm being banned, so.
Okay, cool.
I must-
See you later. Is that all you shall ask, or is there more?
One lowly question for me. Can you locate people?
I'm sorry, no. I do not have that sight.
And how will you locate us when we're in danger?
You will call for me.
And how do we do that?
Mom.
Simply say my name. Sarah. Sarah of the Worldwood.
Worldwood.
You're from the Worldwood? That's cool.
It is where the court comes together, discusses Vim.
Having any problems with some large beasts?
Not that I am aware of. Should we be?
The only time I've heard of the Worldwood, it's Tinier, wasn't it, that mentioned it? Companion that's no longer with us said that a bunch of beasts came through a portal and headed to the Worldwood.
Well, that is a story long ago, also said, but any evil creatures that have come through had been eradicated and taken care of. That is quite an old story, but thankfully they have passed.
I knew a pilgrim once who set off to the world. Have you ever heard of someone called Silas? Just an old druid from New Haven.
Her face lightens at that, and she smiles broadly. Silas. Yes. Yes, we have.
Holy shit, he's not dead.
He is not. What of Silas, and how do you know him?
He was a healer in New Haven.
He is not. He has not passed, but for our care. And his wish to prolong his life a little more. So we have an exchange, a fair exchange, where we have abided by his health, and he keeps us informed.
And the people of New Haven will be pleased.
Can you get rid of bounties?
Yes, actually, that's a good
She looks straight back to you, Velo. I'm sorry. That is not something that we can acquiesce. We do not have the ears of the lords of Vim. Whatever their wishes, their policies, their laws, and we respect it again. And step away from them as long as they are fair and not evil to the point of murder or other violent acts.
Well, if you can't get rid of it, can you double its cost?
Double its cost.
Like, as long as we travel with her, she may as well be worth something.
As if this is some sort of
She's attempting,
banter between the both of you, I should not be a part of it.
she's attempting what the youth call a burn. You and I are long past such frippery.
I've heard such a term. It is old and it is unjust to
I
a
wasn't
venerable like
trying
yourself.
to burn. I just know that Hood's really after some money at the moment.
Well, perhaps I can intervene here, and I think you've already answered this question, but I would ask, since you say you have some information.
Going with Jilly.
They dance.
Oh, right.
D20 wants to see a little fade dance.
Oh, what is a fade dance look like?
It's Enya.
Yeah, yeah. Would you know of where Worldwood Aleph and Volia Aleph, maybe?
I don't think she's listening to you.
No, I think she's channeling her magical powers to tell me exactly.
I think maybe some of those pickup lines you used before may have just landed.
Wingman.
Every time I took a sip, you guys made another joke.
There you go. Have a fade dance. I don't know what I look like, but that's okay.
I need counseling now.
Okay, sorry. What was the question?
Does she know of Worldwood Aleph and Volia Aleph?
I'm not aware of those names. Are they important to you?
Well, as important as anything else I do in my life.
If you wish for us to understand more about their whereabouts, we can send someone. If you know the city, the place.
They left from Pavel in Jumba.
How long ago?
This might be a damn good. This would be like
Whoa, the accent changed.
months, if not years, probably setting up the new.
Months.
Yeah.
Yep.
Months ago.
It will be harder to track them, but... And she just asked for some description of them. If you wanted to just give her some description.
Do you want me to write it to you? Or?
No, just as an interim thing. So just do you want to give her a description of him?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like a
So
description.
she gains that, and she says we will do our best to
2 female elves.
have you aware about their whereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Happened across something, I believe it's called the Owenstrahl Stone, a little while back. So far, all we can see it does is heal when mixed with a bit of water. There was a group of mages, the Chimlerti, that seemed pretty hell-bent on getting it. They seemed to think it was quite dangerous. Came from the ground, maybe a bit of Fey magic.
We are aware of such a stone.
Should we be worried about carrying it around or worried about the mages?
Are you carrying some with you?
Yeah, I'll pull out a chunk of orange straw stone.
Her hand immediately goes over to you and just hovers. And are you holding it still?
Yeah, it'd be probably, I think, out of smaller chunks, so I'll grab
Yep.
one of the 5%.
Yep. Some of the larger
chunks
ones.
that I have, and
You feel this stone automatically start to move away from you. Are you trying to grab it?
yeah, I will actually.
Strength check, please.
Hey. Hey, want to see his strength?
She probably won't. Just 6.
It's a 6, is it? I don't know where my d20 just went.
Do you want me to roll?
I have it. Hold on.
Oh no, it's a natural 1.
Oh my
Where did it actually go? Interesting.
It's to your right. On the
No?
other side of the microphone.
Ah, thank you.
Do you want to try?
No, I'm good. Thank you. It rolls well. It leaves your hands in an instant, and it hovers just before her as she sort of holds it in midair, and it moves slowly around. The healing portion of this is only one component. It has no lasting effects, but if you do mix it with experiment it with other materials of the earth, it can cause some other effects.
Like what? What
Pain.
what have you tested it with?
We have not tested it.
What have you seen others test it with?
Pain.
So what?
Inducing, if you swallow such a thing, or it touches your skin or a wound, and it mixes with other herbs and other materials that can cause the adverse effect of healing and cause great damage to your being.
Is it
If it mixes with other things, not everything. So just simply be cautious as to what it can come into contact with. That is all I ask.
the healing? Oh, sorry, Valor.
No, you go ahead.
No, age before beauty.
Anything that we really shouldn't mix it with?
Don't tell her.
The Hasethia plant.
Do I know with my extensive knowledge of herbs where I get that promptly?
So the Hasethia plant, you know, yes, because you are definitely a herbalist. Where are we? Mostly comes from the south. It is a plant that grows from ice. It has a blue stalk. It has a blue stalk, and it grows from the ground, and it has this simple white flower that's circular, that the petals are enclosed around itself to keep itself alive, and within a beautiful glowing bluish green bud.
So
What about? I'd actually be looking a little bit panicked here. What about if it's mixed with just your simple teas?
Teas do not affect the stone. For what we have seen, any sort of liquid is not going to have an effect. Any other effect but healing.
So if you can cause intense
Really?
pain,
Try healing tea.
if you can cause intense pain and you can heal, it sounds like it leans more towards the pain side, you know, the really bad. Can it go complete opposite? Can it be used to maybe like revive someone?
So far, again, this land has been only here for a short amount of time, it seems. What we've seen is simply healing of wounds, but nothing more spectacular.
Wood just dies all the time, so
Unconscious. I've not died yet.
you may as well have.
Here I defend.
Do you think such thing would be safe with these Gimlati?
The Gimlati are a faction of the Mages Guild. One of bards. More specifically, using their music to,
They tried to drown us.
for whatever purpose that they may be naive in this world, for they themselves know little about the materials and the natural resources that we share. But they have good intention, as far as we have seen and spoke to them about.
Yeah, it was really good intention when they tried to drown us.
They have quite a sizable chunk of this stone.
They also killed our friend.
There is a lot more of the stone as well. Just sitting at the top of the mountain. I'll pull out a map from my cloak.
Okay.
I'm keeping this map.
Hold it up where it is.
I'll kind of point to the spot. In this spot,
Okay.
surrounded by gargoyle statues.
Old Rechi
More
Sierra.
of the Sylvan markings as well. So I'm not sure what this is tied in with your possessions that are happening.
Do you showing her that text? Or you...
No, it's referring to the near elvish markings that
Yes,
were
yes.
around the well.
Yeah. Are you telling her what they are?
Yeah, just
Okay.
telling her that there was Sylvan at the same site.
Sure. Are you telling her what specifically they are? Because you did understand them. Or are you just saying that they were?
I thought we didn't understand them because they were only near elvish.
Yeah, elfish.
No, you took stock. You took note of that, I
Did I?
believe. I believe so.
What episode was that?
I might have misunderstood that then. I thought we understood that they
Yeah,
had
some of it.
elvish,
Some of it.
like
Yes. Origins.
content, yeah, origins, and then but we didn't actually know what they meant.
Nothing?
Can't see it, no.
Okay. That's right.
Let me just double check.
Did you note down the markings though? Like, did you?
I didn't as a character.
Sure.
I read there were markings in Sylvan, but
Okay. All right.
no.
You understand that you kind of remember what they look like then, but it's not fully clear. She takes note of that though and says, "Very well, I will investigate that. Thank you, fellow, and the markings, and see what that involves."
What did the note that you found in the gargoyle's mouth say?
Sorry, it was probably that I was referring to.
I don't have that book with me.
Because we will rise or something?
It might have been something along
That sounds right. Wow, look at the time.
Yeah, we will rise.
Okay. She says,
The Devourer, we will rise, you know.
say again.
The Devourer, we will rise.
Again, not familiar, but we will investigate the markings, and if they are of any importance to you, we will share this.
This has been really enlightening. Quite neutral.
so neutral.
But what happens to the woman that's...
Arella has started to walk. She's keeping a great distance around you, and she bearing back almost sneakily. You do see her just in your peripheral vision, and you have seen her just walk around and head back into the temple. You did hear this slight whimper as she simply sits outside of the door with her hands in her arms, kneeling. Oh, sorry, sitting with her knees up.
Her hands in her arms? What?
So she's simply just watching you, just very, very frightened looking as you continue this conversation.
What now?
I think we should take our leave.
Yeah, I guess we get Buggerlugs back to Old Rechi.
Buggerlugs? His name was Ball.
Cotton Candy Corpse.
I don't like that name.
Should we check in on the other two?
What other two?
The dead tortoise and
Well, I mean, the dead is resting, so we don't really need to check in.
uncomfortably, and I point towards the the penetrated turtle.
There's so many words you could have used.
Well, I've got nothing else to ask about.
I was done some time ago.
Are you sure? You seemed really into her.
We'll talk about that another time. Sometimes, how far away
Probably this far.
are you? Sometimes. I'll just nod.
You make not much sense. And it's not the accent.
Well, next time you appear before us, don't charm us like that.
I
Tell the rest of
was
your kind not to do
Just
that.
Valor. Everyone else, though, you should leave alone.
I was concerned if I had made my presence known too quickly that you would attack. I had to be cautious.
We've actually never killed anyone.
And be that as it may, that may change. And I hope you are prepared for it. I was simply defending myself because I was not aware of your intentions. So, forgive me.
If there's anything to learn from here, perhaps you can spread the word that your friends don't jump through stained glass windows and come down here and attack us.
I will not attack you, no. But that will not change if we see others start to rise up and worship beings that are dead. And that may bring back...
Maybe you don't have to kill them. Maybe you could just give them a stone talking to or something.
I
They
will
don't have to die.
make a persuasion check for me.
Can I do it at advantage because I'm cute?
Just think, this could be either saving or killing a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's all
Thanks
No,
for
we're
that
gonna-
pressure, because now it's a 3.
But no, that's right. You've rolled
We're gonna
20s
kill.
all night.
No! Persuasion. It's a 7 in total.
A 7 in total. Like she says,
You've just murdered half the world.
I
Well,
will.
I died first campaign, so may as well kill the rest of the world this one.
She looks to you and genuinely she says, I will take that request back to the Queen and see if...
Maybe rehabilitation is an option. You might be able to nurse them back into this world properly.
Maybe a trial. Point towards the impaled turtle.
Again, she will hear of your suggestions.
Could turn an old church into maybe like a courthouse or something. You could have all the face sitting there and really.
If that is all,
Like have a hammer. Guilty.
it has been a pleasure to speak to you finally. Take care of yourselves.
Can I insight that?
Yep, sure.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem. Insight, it has been a pleasure.
That's going to
Who
be...
does she hate the most?
That's a 13.
A 13.
Yeah.
Let me
It's
send you
an-
something.
It's an unlucky lucky number.
There's nothing.
We all suck.
They are stupid.
So secret.
Yeah. obvious statements.
This group is stupid and I don't respect them.
Yeah. Do the shuffle.
We're level 2, we're allowed to be stupid. Level 2.
This message is going for too long.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Have you rated who is the most
We'll get that
good
after.
to be around?
We'll do that in the Twitter.
Quick, make squid. Write down!
Before we move on, and I forget to ask too, have you just given me a legendary item from the start? It's Cloak of Invisibility.
Oh, no,
Is
no,
that
I'll
the same
describe.
one in-
No, it's not the same one. Sorry, it's not.
I just typed it in, I'm like, it's a fucking gold item.
As,
No.
as she says that, I nod in understanding
Mm-hmm.
if there's a
Sure. Okay.
camaraderie there.
She looks at you nodding, and then she quickly averts her gaze. Be well. And with that, her dress flourishes around, and she, without touching it, but guiding it almost, it swirls around her, and she spins like this beautiful dancer. And as she
Did you do that
does,
dance?
I can't in my chair, but as she
a spinning
does,
chair.
she starts to rise, but instantly your vision and your vision sees her dress almost meld within the sky above her, and she vanishes.
Well,
So she's got the legendary Cloak of Invisibility.
That was really cool. She was really pretty.
That was entirely Flair, that whole thing with the clothes.
She rose up, and as
What's
she
it look
did,
like?
yeah, I'm getting that. As she rose up, her dress with these blue and white
Oh wait,
streaks.
apparently you're dancing properly. Oh no, what does it look like is the dance?
What did it look like? My dance?
No, the spin that I told you to
Oh, the
dance.
spin. Right.
You
Sorry.
want to see it properly.
No, you have to
Describe it.
explain
That's right.
Right, an interpretive dance.
No, I'll simply describe
I
it.
feel like 1500 is actually more than what the Do a Little Dance Redemption is.
I don't have the room.
I'll move that map. Like, don't even stop me.
I did. I flourished.
Spinning
like
chair.
that.
It's a spinning chair. All the way around. Keep going. Blair is not there.
Stream just goes off.
we get face rip at 6:45
That was
on
There we
Tuesdays
go.
if you don't want to tune
interesting.
in.
It happened.
I do have swivel, but yeah, there's no room. So
I'm watching him on the stream. It's so uncomfortable
Yeah.
to watch. I love it.
No, seriously though, like all that with the rose. At some point she sat down and
She's
she's
designed that.
Can you do it?
It'd be a lot easier if we were going to appear somewhere. You just,
Could you do it?
yes, if we were appearing somewhere.
How about you show me?
No, because we're not appearing somewhere. But you just grab your robes, you kind of hoist them up, you let them go right as you disappear, and when you appear, flourish.
If it's so easy, do it.
I'll show you.
Go
Later.
on.
Later.
Now.
No. I'll do it when you.
Oh, so you can't do it.
I'll do it when you predict the future.
I mean, I did predict a neutral scenario, and once again, it is quite neutral for us.
Are we done here? Can we go?
Bella's being mean.
Well, yes, Velo will be me.
Is this how you speak to your daughter?
Might be why she left you.
I say nothing. I walk over to the crying girl.
With her head in her hands in front of the temple. Shoot, nice to look at you back over my shoulder.
as you walk up to her, she looks up and stay away.
We are about to go.
Well, yeah. If we leave you here, will you die?
Don't know.
Oh my god, Velo, is that what you should be saying to her right now?
You're
I
not
don't-
there.
I don't think. Oh, you can hear me, surely.
I really love.
I don't know where I am. Please, I'm from Old Rechi. Please help me get back.
Did you know this man?
And point towards the turtle.
Yes. I'm sorry. Sorry if this was a mistake. I'm not sure what happened. I just want to go home now, please.
You are welcome to come with us. I look back towards my companions.
Right?
Cart smells
I'll
like
go
cotton candy.
awkwardly, like, tried to squeeze past them to get through the door. Excuse me. Sorry. And walked into the church.
Okay, you're back in the church.
I'm going to follow as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to gently guide her away from the door. You probably don't want to watch what they're just going to check and see some stuff.
She's just looking at the ground and shaking under in your on your touch. She's just very uncomfortable.
That is a
very
really
scared.
dark comment, and I like it.
Well, I'm going to pat her on the back, but just my hands will be like this, and my wing will just kind of there.
Are you guiding her back towards the cart?
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome to come with us, but keep all the God. I'm going to whisper this part. Keep all the God talk to yourself. I would like to hear more later, but the others won't entertain that kind of chat.
Believe me, I was simply curious. I'm not really. I've never done this before. I'm not sure what happened, and
I'm going to slip her a wink. You're right to be curious. It's curiosity that uncovers the truth of things. But for the most
Not the tabaxi.
for the most part, you should be quiet about these things until you know there are no unfriendly ears or unfriendly eyes watching.
very well. If I've done something wrong, please. There was no intention of ill will. But I will. If you wish to talk more.
You've done nothing wrong, just something that was forbidden. And I'll just guide her back to the car.
I think that's the definition of wrong.
No,
Very well. And
it's not.
as she gets back to the car, what are you two doing
Is
in the church?
this turtle like pinned?
Yeah.
Sits next to me.
Yeah.
Do you remember back in Old Rechi, Kinnom mentioned something about Dark Sun? Something was mentioned here as well, yeah? I'm just going to be skirting around the corpse, like looking at something to pick off of it.
Investigation check. Well, what are you looking for?
As he's asking me, me be speaking, I unceremoniously just kind of go behind the turtle and put a foot on the back and pull the lance out.
Make a strength check for me.
No.
Do it at disadvantage for
A
your
3.
distaste.
It does not budge. It is stuck in that ground, in the stone.
Even if I just start.
Is the body like
You
slowly
see- you-
sloping down?
You see that the turtle is impaled from sort of the shoulder down and through the leg, completely through one leg. And as you're kicking, you're sort of flapping around the other dead leg beside him.
Would I see this happening?
You're still outside. You don't see the scene, no.
Hear it.
You do hear a...
Okay, well, if I hear that, I'm going to be like,
Yep, you see it now.
oh, enter the church.
I guess as the body's like slowly slipping. Yeah, it is. And I rolled a 17.
It's 17, okay.
I'm looking for anything that looks like that, because I think Kinnom described the Dark Sun logo.
Yeah, it's a black sun on a gold sort of round. Yeah, and you do find one, a necklace.
And can I take that off him?
Yep.
I grab it. Oh,
It's probably about a 50-cent coin size.
What do you think the Fae's got against these people? Other than, the other guy that we've ever met is, wanting dead bodies. And I'll wrap it up and put it in my pocket.
I guess circling the corpse and the lance, giving it a couple more pokes from different angles, trying to figure out a way to get it out. I don't know. I mean, that one seemed a lot more candid than the rest, but the underlying theme seemed to be that those with power are afraid of losing it. I don't know if the gods are any better than them, but killing someone for making a different decision, it seems like a
It does not seem right.
move made out of fear.
That's what I would believe as well. Our interactions at the Fae so far have not been welcoming.
To be fair, old Sarah was
The first.
Lots more open to discussion. Didn't tell us what to do, but still think she was withholding a bit.
I would believe this as well. I don't see there are many more than any of the lords that have lorded over me previously. There's control there that they are slipping.
My experience, anyone that's holds power over someone else is usually afraid to lose it. So,
Well,
what do you know of the gods?
very little. They've not played much role in my life. That I know of. It's mostly mortals that have ruled over me.
These people that you saved their daughter, was it?
Yes. Were the first to show me some kinship and kindness. Been a long time. Right now must not matter as much.
Before that, then?
Before that, I probably would have ended up with this and a knock on the daughter's back. Like many before me.
While they're talking, him unable to get the lance out of the body, I'm going to take out another little seed pod, and I'm gonna cup it in my hands for a bit, and around the lance, I guess underneath the body, I'm gonna grow some vines just around it, and then around the body and up the lance, with little flowers and stuff blossomed everywhere, and then I'm gonna be like, let's go.
You know that has as the vines and the roots and the branches start to curl around both Lance and Turtle, you know instantly this is going to make it exponentially more difficult to take the Lance out and to retrieve anything else from the body.
I'll just pat Turtle on the head if it's poking out of all the vines, and
It's lolled on the side, yes.
guess I wasn't righteous and pure enough to pull the weapon out of the stone. Shall we?
Yes. I've seen this before, right? I feel like this is a trickery from Luna, but perhaps a fun statement that we should go.
Sorry?
Can she hear us?
She's right in the room
I'm
with you.
literally
right.
standing in front of you.
A blessing upon the turtle.
Death is really ugly. I'm just trying to make it look pretty.
I hope you got this in spades. It sounds like we're going to be needing it.
I don't have any spades.
It's a joke.
Haha.
I'll chuckle at naive.
See, I laugh at your jokes.
Pick a flower from the newly grown vines and
It's a fairly generic Orst flower. It grows everywhere. It's a beautiful yellow and purple petals, but otherwise not insignificant.
I will put it behind my ear.
Thank you.
start walking back to the car.
And you are all going to go start to head back towards Old Rechi?
Is Arilla with us?
Yep. She's, you see her,
Or is she already gone to the cart?
she's gone to the cart. So she's sitting at the back of the cart, her legs
All right.
dangling down, just sniffing.
If I get an opportunity between the three of us, then, which would be Luna, Sid, and I, don't mention the dead body.
I thought that was a given.
As they,
I was literally going to mention the dead body first thing.
I was, swear to God, I was going to say this before you spoke. As they approach, I'm going to say now, don't look under that blanket. There's a massive bloated corpse. Head right out the back of it. Do not look under the blanket. Also, do not mess with the wheat. It's incredibly valuable.
Make an intimidation check,
In
please.
fact, I'm trying to intimidate.
Sorry, but saying to a scared person that there's a corpse
Can
underneath
I
a
give him
bunk
an
of wheat?
extra roll if I present a chicken?
Hello, mother.
It was a 5.
A 5,
My
okay.
kindly words. My kindly demeanor 6.
Hey, just don't do that.
She sort of gives you a wide-eyed nod. Okay.
Once again, the wind comes down. Not to scare you. Seriously though, don't look in that cart.
What part of that sentence do we walk over to?
Cart at the very end.
Hey, do you know how to ride a horse? Would you like to learn?
This is a bit of a hopeful now. Yeah.
We can do it together.
She looks like she's maybe in her early 20s, human, unassuming otherwise. Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna help her onto the horse,
All right.
and then I guess I'll sit behind her,
Okay.
show her how to do it.
Give both the horses a sugar cube each.
Mhm.
Having 12 left on keeping track.
Well done.
So good work for not running away. Before we head off.
All right.
I'm going to visit Horsey the chicken,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to give him a pat,
Mm-hmm.
and a little tickle of the roll. And is my first ration pack still
racken
going,
packing.
or do I need to provide another one at this point?
Oh, this chicken has eaten a lot of your rations.
So I'm going to go through another ration pack and
All
be
right.
like,
Mark it.
Horsey the chicken, please, if anybody comes near the cart, just give a little sweet peck, like a... Get them away from the cart.
All
I
right.
don't know if it understands me. Everyone just to say that as I stroke the chicken.
Beautiful feathers. If anything, the feathers are even more soft.
Sounded like something it shouldn't have been.
That's why I continue talking.
I'm stroking the chicken.
As you continue to pet the chicken
That
called
one looks
Horsey,
super frightened.
and you all start to make your
What turned
way
on?
back to Old Rechi.
So you get bird flu.
And at that point, your journey back to back towards Old Rechi starts, and you are going to take a 10-minute break. Well deserving.
I have to say something really funny. Well, it's not funny.
No, please. Now my expectations are very high.
No, every time my mum comes into the chat, we're like, and now we're going to take a 10-minute break. It's just like last week, she was like, I was quite sad. I came into the chat, and then you immediately went on a break.
It's not intentional. It's unintentional.
It is. Michaela hates
But
you.
8:30 to 8:30 to 8:45 is when we do. Just to be aware, there is a time. It
You
is
should
timed.
get really red right now.
Why? I should go really red.
Yeah, like out of embarrassment.
No, I'm not embarrassed.
I'm sorry. There's a
So,
lot of chicken stroking going on right now.
to that effect, after
Hey,
the...
sticks and stones, thanks.
Hello, thank you so much. Welcome. We're going to go on our 10-minute break, but afterward, we'll be announcing the winner of the Rogue class glass.
He beat us to it. He's the best
Oh, look at that.
mod ever.
Amazing.
What
Thank you.
mod?
Well done.
Yes,
So
you do.
stick around, and we'll be
Live in
back
the sticks.
in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.
Pony Sarah!
Welcome back.
And John.
That's funny, Sarah.
That's exactly. Well, we've got a winner for our...
That's an emote. We should make a Pony Sarah
Oh,
emote.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Like a little animated skeleton going.
Is that you referring to how... I don't know.
We have a winner.
We do have a winner for our ardent, no, ardent, for our Meeples and Dragons class glass. So congratulations, you will win this very, very shortly. It will come to you. We'll get some details from you, but the winner is at Reflex Save. Reflex underscore save. Yeah, excellent. So at reflex underscore save, you are the winner of the giveaway. Well done, congratulations. It's great to have you, and we'll on Twitter we'll reach out to you for the address and name. Well done.
But more giveaways. Aeoncraft one.
Yeah, Aeoncraft's happening.
Assup.
Amazing. Cool. All right. Thank you very much for the kind words, Choco, on our break as well. That's very, very kind of you too. Very cool. All right, let's head back in. So,
Where are we going?
back to Old Rechi, it seems. As we come back together, you start your way with Abigail and Marjorie in leading the pack. The rain has subsided, and over the course of the next few days, you do save a bit of time with an extra horse, but you're still weighed down by more dead weight. But you do tend to
That was a terrible joke.
uneventfully make your way back to the massive town, the city of cities in Vim, the largest. But before we get there, is there anything that you'd like to do?
I'll spend a bit of time with Arilla and just like introducing her to horsing. And I've got a gambling kit as well, just like passing time.
Nice. With her?
Yeah, nothing like too fancy. No gambling with coin, just like
Yep.
competition.
Cool.
And
She knows nothing of gambling or card playing or dice rolling either. So over the course of 3 days, she actually gets quite I guess read up on the intricacies of dice and horse riding as well. She's taught. She seems by the end of it a lot more relaxed, a lot more pleased to be even safe with you.
do we learn anything about her background?
She does reveal a little bit. She is a farmer just outside of Old Rechi. She does have a small family that's just parents that her parents that she lives with, both human as well, and they tell a little bit about a portal that their parents at quite a young age went through, even as children went through, on different portals, it seems, from different worlds, but they in Vim found each other and settled down.
Oh, wow.
So it was. She tends to describe essentially the love story of her grandparents, basically, and that she's just very grateful to be in a place that isn't as dangerous as deadly as where she was told she was from.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, she's just a farmer of fruits of an orchard, and that's it really. That's all you really get from her, apart from the learning that you teach her and things like that.
Just from the day or two that we spend together, has she got any like belongings or?
She doesn't seem to. She seems to have just arrived here without anything.
I'll provide her with, I'm getting low now, a couple of extra ration packs just
Okay.
to get her through if we
So
split ways.
2 or 3.
I'll say 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause we're getting a bit low.
Cool.
Come on. And then one more for the chicken legs and 2. Okay. And I'll try and talk to Sid.
And as he's giving her over some ration packs, I'll give her some coins as well. Just bread. Here, in case you get in trouble, have some bread.
Trouble from you, so she can throw the bread as a distraction.
Correct.
That would work. We go 5 gold, please.
Okay. She's very grateful as well. But every now and again, however, she does, as you're talking, Hood, with you, Sid, she does tend to, you don't notice her ever, she keeps rolling the dice. She just sort of has a bit of a play with that gambling kit that you do have. But every now and again, she does glance at you, and then back to the dice, and then cards holding up, and then glances back at you.
Before I talk to Sid, does she divulge anything about why she was at the Temple of Dark Sun?
No, it's a topic. If you do bring it up, she's very adverse to describing in detail. No.
No, alright, I don't bring it up.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Oxford. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Back at the temple, you had some questions, Sid. Have you yourself been down this path before?
Maybe not the same as you by the sound of it, but I guess spent a life living under the thumb of someone else, or I guess maybe more so my family did. I never really took to obeying authority, but I've seen, I guess people amass their riches. It's generally not nice for the people under them, from my experience anyway, where I'm from.
Well, yes, I would agree on that topic. Authority is why I'm here. And authority is why I'm alive. I can appreciate it for what it is, but it's not kind. I am attempting at this time to change a few things, but I divulge. I've done a lot of other things that I'm not quite proud of right now.
I think most people, if they're speaking true, would have to admit that.
I know I've spoken about this one time before, but there is one that I care for.
It's Celine. Yes.
Celine.
Horsey?
Are we all there?
Yeah, well, you're in the area.
It's a private conversation.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Is you specifically said you were speaking to him, so.
Her name's not totally important,
She must love you.
but she is something that I wish I could be.
How so?
Innocent.
Given the short time that we spent together, I think that ship sailed.
Well, perhaps. But there's time for her. And a life that she could live without anything that I've needed to do.
Will we meet her on our travels?
Perhaps.
And when we do meet her, I assume we're just to keep completely silent about pretty much everything we've heard you see or do
It
or
would
say.
be in your best interest, yes.
Okay.
Is she part of this house that you mentioned? She's
Jeez.
trying to help elevate, was it?
There are two great women above her. I don't know where they are. I don't know what's happened to them. And I don't dare to think that I ever will. But my focus right now is to do what I can for her.
How does Philarel fit in with this?
Federal is much like myself. We're all agents. We're trying to do what we can. To help Old Rechi.
Any ideas what this spider silk rope's so important for?
I have no idea. But I do it because the house demands it.
Demands or us?
It demands it. It asks. But again, we're trying to build a better place here.
And with that, you continue on.
It's a 3-day trip, is it?
It's a 3-day trip, that's right.
If just periodically throughout this travel, if I could keep an eye out for more ingredients mentioned in this pamphlet or anything else that looks like it might be edible or add flavor to a meal.
You come across the same things if you're following the same path forward. A little, if it depends how far you want to travel. You did see on your way through there was a beautiful 7 or 8 lines of trees a fair way off during the day on one of the first day of the trip. Probably farmland outside of Old Rechi that seemed to have this weird looking, quite large, circular, purple, very thick-skinned fruit. And quite light, weirdly enough. Not a lot, so very spongy flesh inside. You can gather a couple of those if you want to.
Can I take a long rest?
Yes, you can. You'll long rest over this time.
And level up?
No.
Oh, what's happening? There we go. Cool. During the journey,
Mhm.
I would like to take the flower that I had behind my ear at some point.
Yep.
And I'd like to press it in the journal that I've been writing letters to my parents in. And I'm just gonna every now and again, just for a little bit of time before bed, just start like doodling little drawings of flowers and like their petals shedding, just to practice.
Cool.
My drawing.
No problem. As you, one of the nights, probably the second last night, in the very center, in the very middle of the journey, you're writing and drawing those flowers and writing a few more words here and there about your travels to your parents. Weirdly enough,
Oh no.
you see your look over at the same time you look over to your companions sleeping while you hear this Luna.
That sounds comforting. It's always good when you hear your voice in the night. I say to myself, hopefully.
A wind brushes by, but that's all you hear.
I'm very tired. I need to sleep. Sleep.
Can I be told as we get close to Old Rechi,
How close?
like before the gate?
Yeah, you by that stage, if you don't want to do anything else, nothing else goes amiss, and you find yourselves in sights of the city.
So whatever time that took after me and him had that conversation, Hood would seem a bit distant, and then as we get close to the gate, he'll reapproach Sid, and time after next, you tell me your story.
Surely there'll be more time on the road in the near future.
I hope. This has been nice.
Certainly hope it lives up to your adventurous life. I don't think I've ever saved anyone. Not a little heist plans or anything like that. Nothing like that for me to tell you about.
Well, I'm not so sure. There's two other people here that think they may not have been saved.
Saved from what?
What are you talking about?
And I don't say anything after that.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
The time you were dead, and I brought you back. That's what being saved looks like.
And I'll mutter. Yeah, do I remember the time you had the bounty and you almost died? You little loser. You need three other people to help you out?
Wow, where'd your accent go then, buddy?
When it's angry, it shifts. So you enter and re-enter Old Rechi again, and you find the familiar pathway. Where are you going?
Should we go to Kinnom's?
It's morning. Just turned morning.
I think the quicker we relieve ourselves of this.
If you need to pee, you should have done it earlier.
I do it all the time. I've been marking my territory on the road.
Where?
I could see you from the sky, which is impressive.
I don't recall ever seeing you
Like,
stop.
see the P?
I'm aware.
Got a thing attached to it.
Do you have a thing for Sid?
No,
What is your type?
wise.
No, but I'm asking you seriously because you were really in love with that Fae for a moment, and you said you get freaky on the reg. So I just want to know what you look out for.
As this conversation's happening, I'm looking at Arilla and seeing if she's got any weird reactions.
No, she's not really even. She's not really in the vicinity to pay attention. She's looking at Old Rechi with excited eyes.
Okay.
I like people who see the world the way it truly is. And I think with
Oh,
that,
So
that's
cynical people.
no, it requires a certain number of years, like a fine wine.
So senile.
No, less years than that.
So like, how
There's a
many?
fine gap there, Velo, between this and that.
Yes. Yes, and I walk that line every day.
If you had to elope with Hood or Sid, who would you elope with?
Luna, please.
I'll arm over Hood and a fair question.
Hang on, let's make this more like interracial. Pussy.
The chicken does not come on command to you. It does not
Needs
trot
some,
over.
warming up first.
It simply just pecks at more rations in the cart.
Get her one day.
Sure. Which one?
I would have them both. Take them both up into the mountains. Start a nest.
No, but if you had to choose one.
If I had to choose one. Gosh, probably you. Probably you.
Look
Yes.
and it's like,
I look between you and Horsey and say, for no reason other than it would be an easy transition for you.
Your words pierce more than a lance through a turtle.
whoa. No, wait, 3 days. That's enough time. Not too soon. That's good.
Better than we usually do.
Wait, is Arilla around?
Arilla,
Yes.
yes, but she didn't hear that last quip there from Sid as well. But she does jump off the cart and she looks towards you all as you sort of finish that conversation. Look over to her. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me some food and comfort.
Are you going to be safe? Would you like an escort to your home?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
Sure, Hood here. Love to escort you home.
You can see her face now go bright red, and she sort of just looks at the ground. No, thank you.
Arilla, please.
Her face just shifts away. You've all been very kind. I will make it from here. Thank you
Did you
so
enjoy
much.
riding the horse?
I can now ride a horse without falling off.
Her name's Abigail.
You've said yes. It's a beautiful name. Thank you.
I don't recall ever saying that to you.
You
Perhaps
do
I said
remember
that at some
introducing her to them.
There is one way you could pay us back. It requires very little effort on your part. In your village, in your farm, is there a tavern of some kind?
Oh no, it's starting.
Yes.
Not quite. I want you to talk specifically about me, my name, Velo. And I want you to make it known that I'm traveling south, far south, to where the ice is and the water. That's what I said to you. I'm most certainly flying south
For the winter.
for the winter, yes.
Because birds, they do well in the winter.
In fact,
And when it's snowing, it's good for their wings.
you saw me go.
Okay. I'm not. No, ask no questions. Okay. Thank you. I will absolutely do that. If anyone asks, or just tell the tavern.
Make it known.
Okay.
Quietly.
Okay. It shall be
I
done.
think she means like casual conversation.
Yes.
And just
Absolutely.
so you know why.
Don't announce it.
No.
Just so you know why, I'll show her the flyer.
Oh,
Bounty.
well, that's a lot of money.
Yes. Well, keeping in mind all the Fae, and you probably heard them talking about watching us and protecting us and all that.
Oh, no, my lips are sealed. Yes,
I know,
of
I
course.
know.
I'm just. Are you dangerous?
Yes, incredibly. So only
She
get
then
to the
just
tavern-
starts to just step back one step.
Arilla, come on.
Yes, but
Have
not,
we been dangerous over the last 3 days?
No, but
not for you. But when you get to the tavern, unseal your lips, tell the lies that I've asked you to speak, and then seal them back up again and live a happy, long life.
Pinky, promise you won't rat her out.
she sort of looks at her own pinky, looks at yours, and touches the tip of it, and then let's go.
Not quite.
Um.
And I'll show her how to do it.
Okay, she complies.
I didn't know how to describe it.
She complies.
I
She can play.
hook it. No.
Okay. She looks a little bit aghast at that
I will
particular
know if you
handshake,
break this promise.
and her eyes widen slightly.
You've been hexed.
Arilla,
Not really, but if it helps keep the secret, then yes.
All
Yes.
I have to say to you is thank you for the time past.
I think Hood likes you.
Thank you, Hood. And she runs off.
You can pet him if you want.
So you're heading to Kinnom?
Um,
Oh, thank you,
Hey,
Aeon.
on.
So very kind of you.
what area did we enter in from?
Entered in from
The farm
the
district.
yes,
And we're heading to Market District.
yeah, correct.
Is there a way to? I'm looking at your beautiful map.
Oh, you flatter
You've
him.
gone red.
No.
Suddenly you get advantage on everything.
Wow.
Flattery gets you everywhere.
If you go through the, there's a bridge on the Guild District.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the quicker route.
Yep.
Would be the most inconspicuous route.
Not really. It's morning.
That's where we
It's-
got.
It's
Yeah.
a lot
Correct.
of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people around at this point. It's a fairly busy morning, market morning as usual, as you know, and that will bring people out on their way to work, on the way back from work if it's been a long night. So taverns will be filled. It's breakfast time, so
Actually, is there any way to? There's 2 rivers that go through here.
mhm.
Do they use that for trade?
yeah, there are small boats that do traverse that up and down.
Could we?
But-
Horses don't go on boats.
I was about to ask, can we float everything that we've got down, like via a company, up to the Market District and through?
Yeah, you can find yourself a boat to hire if you want to, or just some space on the boat if you'd like.
Just for speedy transportation.
But Abigail and Marjorie.
Could we not take them with us?
On a boat? On a small boat?
Yeah.
Is this like a tugboat?
The river is probably about, I'd say,
Considering the size of the houses.
it's fairly wide. The boats that run through it are one-masted, so you could probably find a boat that's big enough to have 2 horses. But remembering that this time of morning, they've also got cargo on their ships as well, so you can ask around.
Why don't we just go the traditional way?
No?
I know you're really desperate to go back on a boat.
Seems a bit more simplistic outside the sea. I like a river, soft, flowing, wet. Good.
I take off at that, and you take straight off, and you hear me as like, well, I'll keep watch from the rooftops. And I'll-
Nat 3 pigeon.
Watch out! Watch out! They're not very well maintained here.
That's sweet. So as we make our way, I'll just move as quietly as possible from rooftop to rooftop. There'll be other flying creatures flying about, surely.
Absolutely, there are. Like you saw on your very first.
Pegasus.
Yeah, there are flying horses. There are carpets that seem to hold a multitude of people on them at once. There are carriages which seems to be floating on their own accord. So you're not very sneaky, but you do manage to. What are you looking out for? Anything particular?
I'm not trying to so much be sneaky. I'm meandering casually, like an old bird that can't fly as fast as everyone around.
Go on, NBC, do it. I know you don't.
Just taking just taking my time. But mostly I'm
Sure.
looking head down the road. And
Yep.
I don't want to get boxed in by thieves like we did the last time.
Yep.
Looking for anyone who looks to be waylaid or passed out on the road ahead of us, waiting for us to stumble across them.
Sure.
Things of that nature.
Yep. Perception check as you continue all that.
Council District is where my friend is, yeah?
Yep.
I'll make a suggestion.
You have friends?
Yeah.
10.
10. Okay. Looking down, there doesn't seem to be anyone that is prepared to waylay anyone else. Everything is very, very smooth, flowing. People are moving very, very quickly past each other. There seems to be ample space between the streets to allow you to go through unabated, undisturbed.
Perhaps if we head to the Council District, it might be a little bit more subtle, considering my friends are there.
I would rather not be held up by bards again. And almost drowned.
Yeah, you're right. Quickest route will be through the Guild District, then
Perhaps we can head
But
that way.
that's where it
Go
is.
straight through the garden district. Main road.
Up the
Head
top.
bang through the centre.
Tip-top.
Bridge straight to Market District. Kinnom's right there.
There's so
Wow,
much in
Sid.
between, though.
You're a really good navigator.
Yeah, there's sweet maps all around the place here.
Cool.
So you are here.
Every street corner, actually.
But my GM told me that the guild district would be the quickest. Anyway, yes.
Yes.
The thing is
Perhaps
that it's not
if-
through the guild.
If traffic on the garden day is good, then let's do that.
It would be cool to see. the
Small
gardens.
roundabouts. Easy flow.
Have you seen a roundabout around here?
It's 3 lanes. You just need to know.
It's crazier than the Fae. Have you seen your horse and
Just
cart?
slow the
once?
cart down as you
Stop
approach,
looking at me while
look
you're
for your
talking.
gap,
Sid.
and then just
It's
go
because
with
the
flow.
camera is in this direction.
Bello, you've been up in the air for quite a while, and
Staring
you look
down.
back, and they're still bickering. It's been about 10 minutes, and they've not moved from where you left them. They haven't started their journey whatsoever. They're at the edge of that town, of that city.
I'm on the
Just so
end
you're
of
aware.
Journey.
Just
All right. Through the garden district it is. Let's do that.
Yeah. I think we decided that like 10 minutes ago. Why are we still standing here?
Come on, ladies, and I'll grab the reins of Abigail and Marjorie and start walking.
Thank God.
Finally, they start moving forward. So, which direction?
You called it.
Yeah, I'm just starting to walk because we came in Farm District.
Yeah.
I'm going straight down the guts of the Garden
Cool.
District. There's literally a road that curves to go
Lovely.
to the Market District.
All right, as you
We
go
should
on.
have a really nice dinner to celebrate tonight.
Please, some meat.
I'll see if they got another.
I don't think we've all enjoyed like a really nice meal together. Uninterrupted by poison or mouse kings or attacks or forgetful barkeeps.
Tell me, Luna, what would you have for dinner?
What's your favourite meal?
It's really difficult. I like a lot of food. I have to get back to you on that one.
Oh my gosh. Sid.
Ooh. Just a nice steak.
Mm.
Didn't get
What
that.
type of steak?
Whatever cooks well. I hate those
Like
tough gamey meats.
Cow or
Domesticated meat.
what, like cat?
Hey,
I'd take a bite out of this one, but
I bet you would.
Stop winking at me.
more your bovines.
Hmm.
Something with a hoof.
Have you joined us?
No, I'm just watching from the next street corner.
They're going slowly. You see Sid at the head with the reins of Marjorie and Abigail, the two beautiful horses, well fed, trotting along very happily, and then the other two behind.
I'm gonna land back down with them. I'm gonna say, I love these two horses, but do you see those ones up there with wings that can fly, pulling that chariot?
What's your favorite meal?
In high vantage.
I look up.
Hey, good one, NBC.
Nice.
Would there be like just occasionally just raining Pegasus shit down?
No, thankfully not. You
I don't poop.
you understand that these are domesticated enough to not need and intelligent enough creatures not to do that.
I do.
What's your favorite meal?
There's a
You see this the faintest smirk in Bellows' beak.
in high vantage. There's a tree, famous tree that's grown by a very famous gardener named Diane. She grows these delicious nuts. We call her D for short. She enjoys it. Enjoy eating.
It took me so long to see where you were going with that.
Yes, that's my favorite meal. These nuts.
Do you know what I really like?
You have a feeling peckish.
Oh, yes. Yeah, tell me.
I really like fresh bread.
Oh,
Like
a little bit of fresh
straight
bread.
out of the oven and you put a little bit of butter on it, and you have it with like a soup or something, like a wild mushroom soup or a pumpkin soup. It's just a really nice meal. It's really homey.
Nut soup.
I've never had that.
I must admit, one time I was in Daraya. I'm sorry, Michaela.
No!
It's near the coast of the Span. Span?
Hey, can you get Thorum special lotion at D's Nuts?
They do this thing there where there's a guy here that they put the big barbecue on and they throw this food in front of you and they cut it all up and cook it. And
I've
there's
heard about
like
this.
seafoods, there's meats, there's rice, and then they serve it up in front of you. This is amazing. This is a good delicacy. I think I was very lucky to be there for that. Happened on the day of the next moon, that when it went full circle. After all three of them?
10.
All 10 of them?
That's 3
Three
sons.
sons.
Three sons. All 10 of them.
I've heard of this. It's apparently.
It's like a new year almost. And
Yeah.
they serve these little like shots with a wine. I think it may be made of rice.
My parents have been to that before, but I have not.
Mm. Phenomenal.
And you, with that chat,
Waste
finally,
another 15 minutes.
Finally. That's beautiful. I finally arrived in front of Kinnom's, the Goliath. You see that
We should try and look behind this curtain while we're here. That's all I have to say.
Please go. Resume.
you see
Actually-
no, you're gone.
In that time,
Yeah.
Cloak of invisibility.
Yeah, sure.
Do I do I know what it does, or I just know it's a cloak of invisibility?
That's all you've been told. Unless you have the
It's like it
spell,
goes invisible.
unless you have the spell of identify.
Oh, that's what I was hoping the Fae did for me.
No.
You told me that you needed Fae magic to do that.
You understand from her what she told you that
Well,
it is.
in that 3 days, could I have cast identify on it? 'Cause I
Oh
do have
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Ah!
definitely.
Get
100%.
wrecked. Get old Rechi.
Yeah,
Yeah, sweet.
I'll send
if it's
the-
possible to have done that in that
yeah, 100%.
travel.
I'll send you the deets.
The nuts?
No details.
Deeds and nuts.
Who's going D's nuts?
As we're walking back to this trader, we would have walked past through a market as well, because that's where
It's all market. It's the entire area.
It's called a market district.
Very briefly, do I
Yeah,
see anyone selling the same type of wheat that we've got in the cart?
I'll make an investigation check. Yeah, you can check out that. You don't know?
7.
A 7? You do actually find one trader. That
Without being anywhere near the cart full of wheat, I separate myself from the group. I walk
Sure.
up and I go, how much one of these bushels of wheat?
this particular portly gentleman looks at you, bald head, very like jowls just down. He says, "Oh, He gives you a bit of a smirk.
Hey, this is Favolo.
Keep it following.
How much are you offering?"
You're asking price. How much? Come on, man.
"Oh, it's a trade."
No, I'm paying in gold.
"Ah, well, a gold a bushel."
All right, thank you. Noted. I walk off.
And wait that. Oh. And you hear behind you, another sale gone. Okay. And you arrive at Kinnom's at this point. You don't see the stall outside being set up at all. You just see a closed door, people walking past the home, but you're sure this is his home.
Who's going to knock?
It does seem to be a little bit earlier than when you were there last time, so perhaps he is.
I will be with Sid as he knocks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like standing to the side of him.
I'll
Okay.
be behind, ready to go.
Okay.
No.
And is our friend with us still, Umbrella?
No, she's gone.
She's got okay, good.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to her.
Good.
Yeah, we did. So who's knocking? Yep. Sid, as you knock, you hear the same gruff voice inside. "Who is it? I'm still setting up. Sales will be on soon."
We got a delivery for you. Any
Great. Leave it
body
outside.
know where I could drop it off?
Just outside.
I said any body
Oh,
know
sorry.
where I could drop it off?
Me, Kinnom. Drop it off at the outside.
Are you fucking serious?
Can I go
I'll
up
bang the door
to...
again.
Wait a second. Huh? What are you doing?
I'll go knock as well. We have a extra important bit of equipment for you that should probably be taken behind if it's possible. We are carriers and purveyors of the finest of goods that you have requested.
I request lots of things, says a voice inside. Leave it at the front.
Via Captain Sigma? Sakma? Is that the last time I talked to him?
Yes.
Yeah, Sakma?
I don't think that was to him. Wasn't that to the pirate?
It was, yes.
It was via Hood.
At that point, you do hear the clattering and organizing sounds stop. The door then opening. And you're still in front of it, Sid. He looks down at
Do the
you.
pop out thing. Hi.
He looks at you and gives a bit of a start. This very dirty Goliath who hasn't had a bath in a couple of days. He sort of looks at you, and you do smell this waft of overpowering BO and other weird smells coming from inside, sour and sweet mixed together. It's quite nauseating. But inside, it looks like he's changed a little bit about the home since you've been there. There's a sort of a bigger double bed. There's a fireplace. Hey, in fact, let's do this.
Oh!
Modern roleplay.
Hey, let's
You've
open
been
it up.
sitting on this. So if you are a first-time chatter, you can download an app called Ardent Roleplay, where you'll be able to see a scenario that we're about to see in augmented reality, which is super.
And you can hold
cool.
your camera over the card to get the AR image. I'll just pull this up for everybody in a moment.
Use the spectator code in the bottom right on your screen now.
Correct.
How did you know we would come here?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
It's
imagine
Michael
if it was
Jackson.
like, nah, we'll do that later.
All right. Let me know when you see it. It is the Noble Riches.
I did that thing where I forgot to load the app before we started playing.
That's okay. You also see in front of you there's now a counter where underneath glass there does seem to be
You and I.
some weapons. Some weapons at the glass on display.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
That is
Oh,
a
yeah,
big
dope,
chair.
dope, dope, dope.
That is a large chair.
He's got some nice
He's a
chairs.
large character. Hmm?
He's got some nice chairs.
Yeah, he does. He's really seems to have cleaned up quite nicely, apart from the smell. There does seem to be a lot better looking chairs and bed around and furniture in general. The fire's crackling with embers. It's not a roaring fire. Thank you very much, Promethean. Appreciate the tip there. All right, and he looks at you for a moment. Come in. And he sort of backs up from the door if you want to enter.
Where should we put the cart?
Well, let's see the goods first. But just put the cart in front. No one touches anything at the front of my home.
The boy that we've brought in is quite big.
Oh, so you probably don't want that out the front.
We'll carry him in.
I'm assuming it's not out in the open, this doorway then?
Oh, the doorway's out in the open. The doorway's out in the open.
I'll try and...
But he's looking over and he says, "Blankets are covering him. It'll be fine."
I'll try to, I guess, maneuver Abigail and Marjorie to back the cart up to the door.
Yep. Make another animal handling check for that. Takes them a bit to coordinate together.
Can I double investigate that he's wrapped up pretty well?
Yeah, sure.
18.
Yeah, easy. No, the horses are now quite enamored by you, and so they back up quite nicely.
Investigate? Is
Yep.
that what you want? 18.
The blankets are holding down that body of boar very, very neatly. So there's over the course of the 3 days, you had to correct, positioning and things things like that. You did find that a little bit more of the wheat did get a little bit stained with a bit of dried blood. Maybe another bushel has been lost. If you are keeping a stock of how many bushels, Velo, then another one has been lost to blood.
That's down to 7 then.
Yeah.
What? You remember?
I do.
Well done.
When it comes to money, yes.
So
Okay, so
the cart's backed up to the door. It's basically cart then door. There's nothing in between. It's board covered in a blanket, and you can see that these bushels are still on top too.
and can I still smell the candy?
Oh, it's very sweet. A very sweet
85
smell.
weeks yet?
Hasn't drawn a crowd or anything.
No, not really.
Okay.
You,
Well, then
you
I
did
would,
get the odd stare as you walked past, but that's it.
I would feel confident to get the body out and into his house.
Yeah.
I'll help him.
Okay.
Just stay at the front with the horses and keep an eye out.
Could I have gone in before?
Yes, you can.
Before?
Yeah.
While they're kind of doing this and getting their hands dirty,
Mhm.
I would like to be kind of just looking around the room,
Okay. Perception check.
looking at the little picture hanging up on the wall,
Cool.
stuff like that. Yep. That's on. Yep, it rolled a 1.
Okay. Okay. The painting, even from this vantage point, you can't really see what the painting looks like. It just looks like a vomit of colors.
I'll walk right up to it, so I'm like,
Looking at it, it actually looks like one of those 3D images that you have to get really close to see. No, it isn't.
An ardent roleplay. Check out the card.
You don't notice anything different. There's it's like swirls and waves of green and brown and yellow. It's quite a little bit distasteful.
do I have a signature on it?
No.
Oh.
I would like you to make a strength check, please, with advantage, as Velo is helping you carry this body through.
Any advantage?
And yes, you do, because you have help. Make a perception check for me, please, Sid.
I'm glad that was an advantage.
About as perceptive as ever. 3.
A 3. Excellent.
Um,
The horses look very comfortable.
Yeah, I'm too distracted.
Well, for a second,
Confident.
you thought you lost them, but they're right next to you.
2 and a 19. It's a flat 19 as well.
Flat 19. Okay. With ease, yourself and Velo, with the help of Kinnom as well, bring the large blanket in. The biggest part was squeezing in through the door. You do hear a bit of a splat as maybe some brain parts do drop onto your foot, Velo, as you walk in.
Oh, the smell. It was a cart that was enchanted.
And you plonk the body on the ground in front of you, so still with the blankets on. Kinnom hasn't seen it yet. He says, "What have you brought me?"
And I guess it's wrapped up in cloak or.
Blankets that you got from the house. Obviously,
I guess I'll, if possible, if I know I could do this, I would detract one of my claws and just cut open the blanket and
let it flow out.
yes,
Okay.
like a present.
Okay, as it unwraps itself from the middle,
A hat that's brought a dead body home.
Yeah.
you unravel the
It's the
blanket.
little clicking noise that they make.
Yeah, fair. Yes. And the body appears, and you can see this very bloated figure, much, much larger than, filled with air, that you remember seeing. Still smelling of beautiful fairy floss, but the skin is greened, and you can see that through the nostrils and the ears and the eyes, little maggots have started to make their way through, and perhaps other orifices which you don't want to really think about.
Oh, I want to think about it. Explain it.
You do.
What does it look
Yeah, what does it look like? Butthole.
Please, no.
You, with that look at this face, it's also puffed out a lot, and you see the side of the skull also just still broken open, and those brains still dripping out.
It's an orc.
A deception check, please.
15?
It's a human.
It's a joke. Because he's green.
That might be the funniest thing you've said.
Thank you.
And what do you expect me to trade you for this bloated piece of shit?
Exactly what you asked us for. You didn't specify anything. You just told us to ask for a dead body.
You bring in this in my house.
I would like to point out that before we went on our journey, there were questions that other people that certainly weren't me did ask of you about the condition of the body, and you said it doesn't matter, it's 1 for 1. And this is in fact probably 2. But if we're being technical, 1.
Luna has a point here.
It is worth the same as me.
A 1 for 1 doesn't mean brain spilling out. It doesn't. That means you've lost some pieces of this thing.
We asked you whether it had to be intact, and you said no.
I'm
What
going
do
to
you
draw
need the
my
brain
sword
for?
at this point. You asked for 1 dead body. You have a dead body. The agreement is met. You didn't write the contract.
You're right. I didn't. You can have 20 foot of spider
I
silk
said
rope.
50 feet. I specified. You did not.
Ah, see, now we
It's
come
true.
to the hard bit, don't we?
Well, there's nothing hard here other than my blade.
Listen,
I've seen him kill a lot of people.
really?
No. But I could.
What kind of name are you going to make yourself as a peddler and trader if you cannot commit to your contracts?
Consider this an investment in future business.
Not when you can't give me a body that hasn't been beat up to the point of unusability.
What
When
are you
I
using
said
it
1
for?
for 1, I meant a dead body that hasn't had its brain spilled out.
You never
You
said
should have
that.
said that.
There's something pretty special about this dead body, though. Give it a whiff. How many dead bodies do you know smell so sweet?
That's my touch.
I'm gonna kind of like encircle him.
When you say encircle, please describe what you're doing.
As the
He's-
conversation's happening,
he's
I'm starting
Jaws.
going on to like, are we all pretty close to him?
You're all very, very close.
I'm
It's a
standing
it's a
next to
fairly
this
small
painting.
room.
1v5?
4.
4?
There's
1,
4
2,
of
3,
us.
4. Trying to like, if this is a map, 5-foot advantage.
Oh, you're going to try to get around him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not having any of that. He steps, as you start to go over towards him, he steps in front of you. Where
I'm
are
pretty
you
close to him
going?
now.
You're very close. You're within a foot.
Kinnom,
He looks very
you
deep
need
down
to
on you.
keep your contract. Your friend, who you don't know, sent us here on good regard that you would keep your word.
Oh my gosh, I've got an idea. If he doesn't keep his word, we'll just tell everyone.
No.
No, I mean, like, we'll
something
just
more
tell.
subtle should happen.
No, but his biggest fear is that people find out that he's trading in bodies.
I think perhaps that he won't have a place to trade.
I think his biggest fear is getting hit in the face with a sword and having all his rope taken.
Oh,
We don't need to
dear.
hurt him. We just need to ruin his reputation and take everything he worked for.
Kinnom. Kinnom. Kinnom.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Well, here's what I'm going to do. You've been very quickly attempting to intimidate me and my reputation as a true Goliath trader.
Hey, hold there.
So with that sudden shift in your demeanor, I choose to not continue our bargain.
But Kinnom,
I'm sorry,
friends
Luna.
here, and I'm going to cast Jumper.
Okay.
Kinnom, what is the Dark Sun going to think of you?
We both had it open.
Yeah.
Wait, whose save is better? Too late.
Probably yours.
Oh no, yours is definitely better. Anyway, go ahead.
All right.
Roll your save.
That. Oh, I've got it in my notes. Go.
He's a really dumb orc, so it should be fine.
He's a,
No,
it's
he's
not
a
an orc, he's a
Goliath.
Goliath. Yeah.
You said orc.
I don't think charisma
What
is.
kind of save is it?
It's a wisdom save. If you could roll a nat one.
That was a 17.
Yeah, what you doing there, buddy? And some silvery bars will come in and impose disadvantage on that.
On
It's a
him.
reaction.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know you have to
Actually,
roll.
let me just.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's a reaction that can trigger after I've.
That was a natural 19.
Alright.
Oh.
Quick, someone try
I'll
it
take some
again.
advantage anyway.
Who are you imposing advantage on?
Me. I'll
Yeah,
take
cool.
advantage on something in the next minute if it comes up.
All right. No problem.
Kinnom.
He looks at you and his stares are now deadly as he looks at you first, Hood, and says, "You dare try to manipulate me
Of
in
course I
my
dare,
home.
Kinnom. Why would you ask of such a task without the
You have no idea who you're dealing with. If you want to see the light of day again, I would suggest you leave."
Then let us cut out the middleman and take the body to them. You never specified anything. Sounds like you're the one that is the inferior here.
Oh, I am.
Give us what we asked for.
You just want to send this body to my seller, to my buyers.
Well, we could send yours instead.
It would be fresher by the sounds of things.
Kinnom, give us the rope. Cast charm person.
We'll just, you and I, we got 6 chances at this between us.
That's an 18. Holy shit. That's sigh.
6 seconds gone past.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, with that combo to Hood, if that didn't happen, maybe not.
Hey, stop it. And some silvery bars will come in.
Bloody hell. That one was a 5.
And I'll give advantage to my good buddy Hood.
Okay.
In case it needs a sneak attack.
This can obviously we've not reached a good understanding between us. Let this mark the end of our hostilities and the beginning of a fruitful friendship. You will do us the honor of disposing of this corpse, and we'll do you the favor of taking that rope off your hands. Be on our way.
There's more at here at play. There's more at here at play. There's more at here at play, Kinnom.
You were saying the exact same thing.
No.
It's like,
No,
I didn't say it in the accent.
To sweeten the deal, that cart's full of pink weed. It's all yours.
I don't like your friends.
Yes, they're shit. You're right and wise. to think that.
Why do you go with them?
Because
Look at me.
it's the responsibility of
I'm
the
also
wise.
surprised that you get so honest people come to your door with dead bodies.
Oh.
Surely you have more.
Oh, please shut up.
Fella, they talk so much.
I know, too much. But I'll do you the favor of taking them from this place so you never have to hear them again. And all you're going to do is pass me the rope. Pass me the rope.
What else do you need?
Just the rope.
Well, he actually said he would give me some crystals too.
I'll give you some crystals.
That's bullshit. I never told him I would give him some crystal.
No, actually you did. You did. I wrote it down. You said you were going to give me the crystals.
Can you roll me an insight check?
No,
Well,
I got it in here.
I know. I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
are you sure? Are you sure, DM? Quick,
Oh my God,
intimidation
you
on
want
the
me-
DM.
You want me to roll an insight check? That's the
With advantage, with advantage.
Rook,
Who's
maybe we should.
Who's
Good. Maybe we should.
Oh gosh.
Maybe we
Oh no.
It's a 12.
13.
D20 stop.
Yeah, of course he said he would.
The rope.
And the red crystals.
They're cool.
Let's get some red crystals too.
I'm gonna get the rope first.
Let me just check something.
Oh no. Hey, it lasts an hour. It's not up yet.
Red zenith.
It may last an hour, but I think every round he has an option to just try and save again. And
No. It is charmed until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful.
oh, it's true. Okay, nice. No
That's
problem.
a good fellow.
That's a good film.
Yeah, cool, nice. 1 hour.
I love this one shot. Oh my god.
So as you continue to ask him for the rope, he does eventually just look at you suspiciously and just dagger stares at the rest of you and reaches down behind this newly built and installed shelf and take out what looks to be the same box. He puts it onto the counter.
I'm gonna take the box, open it. Does it contain rope?
It is a beautiful spider silk.
Thank you so much. You can't imagine how much you've helped me. I'm so grateful to you.
Ah, meow, 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 meow.
I pass the rope over to you. Now tell me, while we're talking, who are you selling these bodies to?
Oof, good question. And the 2 jewels?
Fucking Jews. I say calmly.
Need those.
But with purpose.
The bodies. Who do they go to? And for what?
Is he building a spell on me?
I like you, Velo. Out of all your bastard companions,
Yes.
you're
yes,
actually
My parents were
speaking
married
sense.
when I
Shut
was born.
up!
Oh.
Now,
Was that McKelly or the NBC?
please, if I tell you this, you'll be in danger.
That's okay. Your danger is my danger. I wouldn't dare avoid danger at your expense.
We've got a deal, me and them. There.
Who is them? You're so close now. Just relax. Who are
They are.
they? Wing pushes her away.
What?
They are a group of. They just call themselves.
The 5.
The Conclave.
The Conclave, right. The Conclave. Have we heard of the Conclave before, Mr. DM?
You can make yourself a history check to find out.
Can we all do that?
Yeah, he said it out loud enough so you can hear it.
Feel like
'Cause no. Never mind.
14?
10.
What? Wait, what check are we making? I forgot.
History.
Right.
16.
12. Ah.
Nothing catches your ear about that. And he continues, he says, how much do you need to know about them? And listen, this is a need to know. This is not a...
I need to know.
He takes out a map.
Oop.
Out in the sands of Tumu, they take these bodies and mold them into themselves. Apparently, they are some sort of creature that has suddenly, they came to me at night. They only work at night. They are mistakes. They are mistakes that they are aware of that have been made by Vim, the earth itself, they say. They say that they are splinters of ill magic, children of ill magic, they call themselves as well. They need the parts to make themselves stronger.
See.
That's why they need whole parts. That's why I couldn't. That's why I'd get. If I handed this to them, they would probably burn my shop or something.
I agree. You shouldn't mention this fellow or us to the conclave. Don't make many.
I'm sorry. I told them there was a shipment on the way. I'm sorry. They need to know these things.
That's okay. That's okay. That's all right.
They need these desperately. Otherwise, I don't know what happens to them. They said just they're not strong enough yet.
You should go out tonight. And
They come here
when?
after midnight.
How far away is Velo from me?
You're all very close together.
Can I whisper to him?
Without
Ask him about Dark Sun.
About what?
The gods of Dark Sun.
Dark Sun. I ask. Have you heard anything of the gods of Dark Sun?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know of it. Anyway, these people, I never really see their faces. They hide themselves well. Always very tall, all skinny looking, but maybe that's just because they're trying to get stronger. I don't know.
I've taken enough from you so far, but my friend does need those crystals. What would be a fair price for them?
Again, crystals are probably as valuable as the rope, maybe even more so.
We're old friends. In fact, you may not have a better friend than me. Would you take that
I'll
wheat?
whisper back to Velo. The crystals were a part of the deal.
Were the crystals a part of the deal you made?
Oh, don't you remember? They weren't. That was
Of course, no, you're right, and that's why you should be paid fairly for them.
I know. Oh, thank you so much, Stormy.
Oh,
Welcome,
wow.
everybody. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey,
Hey,
time for
hello.
me to pitch. My name's Emily. I mean nothing to this stream. But this is Venizelda, and we are his disciples. What the fuck am I saying? Hey, we're an Aussie Dungeons and Dragons group that streams every Tuesday at 6:45 p.m. This is the World of Vim. It's our second campaign. You can catch up on the second campaign because we're only 7 episodes in so far. On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, is that what it's called? YouTube, Twitch, and with my terrible commentary on Twitter.
Beautiful.
Hey.
Yes, we are. Still, we are
That's
all
the
of these.
thing.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Please, and he.
Oh,
he
we charmed a Goliath. That's what's happening right now.
Can I,
Good
after
context, good
he
context.
said that,
Yeah.
can I start sneaking around and seeing
Yep.
if I can find the crystals?
Yeah, make a stealth check and then make yourself an investigation check as he turns to you and says, he doesn't notice him at all. He says, it wasn't part of the deal. They are really expensive. I'd need at least another body, an intact one this time, Vela. You know how this sort of thing goes.
I'm going to walk up and put my hand on his shoulder. In fact, I'm going to cut the side of his face. Look into my eyes, my dear friend.
Almost imploringly. And what you can roll advantage now for the stealth if you want
one?
on the stealth. 'Cause he's-
stealth.
Yes, he's very
So I'm going to tell you this
concentrated.
now because myself was good.
Yeah.
The investigation was a 9
Yep.
and a 4.
Yep.
So that's 13.
Yep.
The stealth was a 17. And
Okay.
Nat 20.
5.
Go.
And yeah, that works. That's a nat 20.
Oh my
Is it-
gosh, I manifested that.
Thank you right there.
Fair.
That
Fancy.
was the Raiders.
So 25 for
Okay.
the stealth check.
We will never, ever, ever
Investigation remains. No.
do wrong by you. If not with friends.
You're a friend, Bello, but I don't trust your just they're so rough, you know.
Right, they're shitbags. but
I'm
they're
just
different.
trying to take it day to day. I'm just trying to make ends meet.
I know. You and I are just two honest folk.
I don't know what to do. I can make you a deal.
What's the deal?
I'll give you. I think I've got 3, and you see them in a very. And you open a very small, almost like a jeweler's little box, which has this beautiful gold inlay around it, but inside in velvet, in small little creases, there are 3 beautiful looking crystals that have been faceted in a very long shape. They're probably about an inch and a half long.
Do I see him?
They match the description of what you're probably finding, and you do.
Do I see him pinching them?
Yes.
Do I? I've got a jeweler's kit. No,
Yeah.
this is easy for me to get out. Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
No problem at all. They're not stuck inside. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my second hand and put it on his face. I could never take those crystals from you for less than their full value. And though I don't have that on me right now, has he stolen them yet?
Yeah. He's got them in his
He's
pocket.
got them in his pocket? I could
Peek
never
around
do
the
that.
corner.
I could never do that in good conscience. So instead, we will return one day when we have the means to buy those crystals fairly.
Please, maybe just so you don't get in trouble either. Don't care about your fucking friends, but don't bring a body back.
Please
Maybe
don't swear in front of ladies.
shut up.
Vela's also a lady.
Yes.
Please just maybe gold or 3 horses. They are worth it. Please believe me. They're dangerous and they're worth it.
Dangerous and worth it. Got it. You've been a good and true friend to me.
And you, fellow,
Farewell.
are you leaving?
Yes, I wouldn't burden you any longer. I'm going to open
Yay, because she's a bird?
the door.
Bird Dan.
God.
I'm going to open the door for my friends.
Do I walk? I'm like, got everything tucked away nice and neat.
Yep.
Got my robe.
Yep. Well, who's got the rope?
I gave it to you.
Oh, you gave it to him. Okay.
I'll walk past Kinnia.
Kinnom.
Kinnia.
You're a kid about it, baby.
I'll just be like,
Good night, D20.
I'll frazzle my whiskers.
Okay.
I'll just walk past Valley laughing and going,
Oh, friends.
And he sort of waves you all goodbye and does this to all 3, the rest of you.
Farewell. And I close the door behind me.
Okay. All right. As you close the door behind you, the street is a flutter with activity again. The sun's rising more. You all feel a little hungry, as you did have a little bit of breakfast, but this is just giving you a bit of an appetite. Leaving Boar, the mayor, on the ground, dead and with brains spilling out in the home of Kinnom, the trader, smelling of beautiful
We should
fairy
totally go to
floss.
the guard and be like, "There's a dead body in there."
What are you doing now?
I'm Vela. I continuously try to interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
Awful. Please, you first.
So while you were hovering, because we weren't moving, but someone needs to dance, and I think that should be the DM while I speak.
Oh man, how'd I get roped into this?
We were talking about having a really nice dinner tonight. Because we haven't really.
It's the best one you've ever done.
It's the Goliath finger dance.
Hey.
Wow. That's his Amara
There you
impression.
go.
Please clip that.
Enjoy.
someone.
Yeah, someone clip that and cut us out of it and just have Michaela doing that.
Oh my god.
So we were talking about having a really nice dinner, somewhere because we haven't done that together as a group just yet. So, what if we really make a night out of it and we go? We're in the market district now. What if we go and get something nice to wear, and then we can have a bit of a. We could have a relaxing day. We could find somewhere to bathe, maybe. Spa day or something, and then we could have a really nice night tonight.
Yeah, I need to buy some new clothes. I had a very good idea for some robes I would like.
Sid, we could get you some brand new leather pants.
first. What the fuck is wrong with my clothes?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with them. I
They
just
are.
thought it might be nice to have a second choice of outfit.
They are covered in shit and blood.
Maybe even just a second change for when.
I'll actually inspect myself at that. Are they covered in shit and blood?
You did, because you're still quite close to the horses. You did get a little bit of a scuff of their droppings, halfway through that. didn't really. You tell me if you did. You didn't really notice it, but you did notice the smell. If any of you had an actual bath over the last 3 days.
I think we should go and
About fecal.
all have a
and I'll
spa day.
Prestidigitation a few times on myself.
Okay,
Do we not smell like candy because we're near the cart?
The cart smells like candy.
correct.
Right.
Spa day.
Yes.
We could really get to know each other this way.
Yeah, but we should probably also like maybe get away from this hot mess that we've just.
Oh
walked out.
yes, we could go far away from here, but also, you know, somewhere nice.
On the way out, I do want to stop by that merchant again, who I asked about the price of bushels of.
Sure, no problem.
How far away is that from where we
It's
were?
probably another 2 streets away.
Okay. Is there anything in between there that anyone wants to
Did I ask, have we unhooked the horses from the cart and the
No.
cart is staying at... We just got the dead body off.
You just brought the dead body off in the house. The bushels of wheat, which are intact, the 7 are still on the cart. Some blankets that haven't been affected are still on the cart for warmth. So you collect about 7 blankets in total as well.
Once I get to the merchant,
Yep. So you all head off quite quickly and gather Marjorie and Abigail the horses, and you arrive in front of that merchant again with the bushels of pink gold wheat.
yes, I inquired about wheat earlier. The one you're selling for a gold a bushel.
Yes.
Yes, I have some to sell you.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say so?
So I didn't know if I'd have it. I didn't know if it was worth selling until I spoke to you.
Oh. I'll give you 7 silver pieces for one.
Wow, that's been
So
incredible.
wait, so that is totally different to what you mentioned before.
You weren't there.
That's something like, does currency work the same in this world as it does in some of the other ones we've been exposed to? 100 silver to a gold?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Wow, that's a 1,000% markup. More than 1,000% markup you're selling it for. It's incredible.
And
And you are a fine merchant indeed for it, if no one's held you to account yet. But I would like to trade it instead.
very well.
This smells like cotton candy.
It does.
No, it does have a lovely sense to it, doesn't it? Well,
Bet yours doesn't.
no, mine smells of wheat as it should. I don't know if anyone's going to buy this, so make it 6 silver.
This is the rose gold wheat, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But
Rose gold. Pink.
Pink
Rose
gold.
pink, yeah. That smells like cotton candy. That sounds amazing.
when are you gonna take me out for a nice bottle of wine and a meal then?
You're asking the merchant this?
Yeah.
He looks at you a bit confusingly. Drow. What?
His name's Sid.
Well, it's,
Oh, Sid. Oh, very well.
it's just if I'm gonna get fucked in public, I like to get wine and dine first.
Very yes. I'm sorry. Merchants should make a profit here.
Yes.
And
It's a profit.
pardon?
A profit. Not
Yes.
A deal.
But you're willingly giving it to me.
We are quite aware that this pink gold wheat is not growing too well in most regions.
He gives you this weird, confusing look now, and really,
Yes, but you take us for fools. Like we're not a bunch of professional wheat merchants here.
not selling well, is it? It's not growing well. Sorry,
Not
is it?
growing well.
Ah,
Its value goes up.
I should think so.
Yes.
You could mark yours up, but you have to give us more gold.
Or, in particular, there is something I might take instead. Flower, if you have it. It's called the Hesithia plant. A blue stalk, white kind of petals, enclosing a bluish green bud of some kind. Do you have anything of that nature?
I sell wheat. I'm a wheat merchant.
Well, do you know who might have something of that nature?
Try your rare herbs and try your rare herbs and Dessa Edusa is another shop which you might be interested in. They have their rare things.
All right.
There's another place, Nyx and Ash's
I think it's just called, I
Apothecary.
think it's just called Nyx now.
Oh,
I had that.
did they have a falling out? Did they? Not again.
Good to know.
I'll give you 50 silver for the week. That's 100% markup. Don't be an asshole.
Make it a persuasion check, please.
It's pretty convincing. Oh, not good. He's a 6.
A 6? I'll give you something for calling me an arsehole. I'll give you something for saying that it's not growing very well. Well, with those 2 bits of information in hand, get lost.
Whatever.
We have a map.
Is he holding anything?
He's not. He seems to just have his 2 hands on the on a sort of just a desk of sorts, like a wooden desk in front of him.
Is there anything on the desk?
On the desk there seems to be a book with a quill, an ink pot, and does seem to have it's open with numbers that are going down the list. It looks, glancing at it, people he's sold and bought from, and in what amounts.
I'm just going to push it onto the floor. It's just there in case you're looking for it.
Hey, get out, get lost.
Is it on our side of the floor or his side of the
Did you, actually, as a cat, did you like that?
floor? Yeah. My ears perk up. What side of the floor is it on our
It's his.
Why don't you call the guard and explain to them the prices you're offering?
I sure will. What are they going to do? They don't want bread.
Find out who we are, what you're trying to do.
Who are you?
None of your business. I suggest you offer a fair price.
60 silver.
Hey, wait. He went from 7 to 60?
Yes, because he's not stupid and he doesn't want more trouble than he can
Oh,
handle.
sorry. I thought you meant you're buying it from me.
Oh, no, we're selling you.
Oh no, I'm not buying any of
Perhaps
your.
there is more wheat sellers around here.
There
We
are.
can make
That's
this.
annoying weed sellers. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for the tip. I'll be telling all my friends.
And what was your name again?
Get lost.
Why would you say that?
That's a terrible
Dumb
name.
name.
And then I take a step back. Is there a name to this shop?
Looking up, it just says wheat merchant.
Wheat merchant that says get lost.
Yeah, you want to know my name is Wit.
With the wheat merchant.
Like, with less.
Well, at last. And then we.
My name is Sakma.
A pleasure.
And you will hear from this again.
I really hope not.
Perhaps we'll come back. Sell you some nuts.
Yeah,
Leave
that's it.
tree.
I have to leave a scathing review on the message board.
Mm.
No,
You know,
don't, no,
we've been
please
to some
don't.
good- We've been to some good taverns.
Oh,
And we might be,
yeah.
yeah. We'll put the notice board up saying not to buy from the witless,
Very well.
the wheat seller.
Please go ahead and do that.
I shall.
Any other threats?
No, not really. Velo, have you guys one?
I didn't threaten you with a good time.
That's horrifying.
It was a joke.
It's got a good thing going, and someone just has to come and run.
Let's go.
And you leave.
Oh.
Is there anything I can steal off
Off the bench?
Yeah.
Like I said, just the ink pot is intact. There is the quill that wasn't also thrown off. He is, at the moment, or as you start to leave, he looks over one more time and starts to rummage down to get the book. You have an instant to take something if you want to.
Whatever.
Make a sleight of hand
Yeah.
check.
I don't care what it is.
Inkpot, so he can't write his book.
11 and 7 is 18.
You are very swift, and you grab that ink pot. It's the closest to it, and you pocket that. And he takes a lot longer to rummage and grab that book, and none the wiser. He doesn't seem to even notice it's gone.
I've got an ink pot.
You've got an ink pot, a full ink pot too.
And this is in
It's in Old
You
Rechi.
wanted that to go?
in the inn district or
This is still the market district.
good to know.
Yes.
Well,
Might
nice.
come graffiti later.
Do I notice that he has the ink pot?
Oh, you have to make your own perception check to see. What did you roll for yourself? Start sleight of hand.
20.
It was a
Oh, yeah.
17 in total. 18 in total.
Yeah, but you do spy that. Yeah,
So
he
the-
took one.
I'm going to reach up to the very end of my
Oh, yeah,
wing
and 7.
with the longest feathers arm. I'm going to pluck one out. I'm going to, there you go, you can write with this.
I got back. Nice. Use my climb speed.
Alrighty. Where are you heading?
To a spa day and to buy some robes, apparently.
Maybe sell some weed.
Yeah.
Did this restaurant even have any weed?
Dang weed. He sold nothing but weed.
There's like a desk with a book. I
Hey,
can see
Velo,
it.
Velo, I took this. Yeah,
He's
well,
gave you the quill.
yes, well, it's something.
Hmm.
Luna, were we heading to the spa?
Yeah, let's
Get our toes done. I could use a trimming.
Don't have toes.
I think we should start with a very basic bathe. We could find like a bathhouse.
And some food too, please.
Yeah, but the food, it's breakfast. Let's save ourselves for a really nice tea.
What kind of thing? What would you want for breakfast?
You're gonna eat in the bathhouse?
Yes,
No, we
tomato sandwich.
we bathe
In the spa.
we
Like
bathe
this gigolo,
first.
male gigolo.
We bathe first, and then we go out for a really nice dinner.
Where though?
We'll find somewhere.
Hmm.
There's lots of taverns here.
Yes.
We literally walk past like a block of them.
Do you think we'd be allowed in the council district restaurants?
Yes. If we're well dressed enough and nobody speaks.
I can speak.
Yes, you could. You know. what
It
to
is
say.
adjacent to the inn district, but I feel like it's very.
I think we just stick to the inn district, but we find the nicest one. But let's bathe first.
Right, how about we go to the spa, we find out what the nicest bathhouse is. Or the nicest inn, sorry, my bad.
You know, look for a bathhouse.
Make yourself an investigation check.
Do I get advantage for being privileged?
Do you have any
All four of us trying to look for a bathhouse?
I do have a noble feat.
The
but
noble, yeah.
Everyone assumes the best of me.
no.
I'm going to
Not-
ask
not
someone
paying
yet.
attention to that thing.
I'm going to turn to the nicest looking person nearby and go, hello. You
What?
can assume the best of me now.
What are you talking about?
As you
I'm just going to be like,
Hi, I'm Luna. Do you know where a bathhouse is?
are you saying the assume best of me thing?
no.
Oh, okay, sure.
That was a joke.
All right.
I would never say that.
As you look over to the
So
nearest
just
person.
So you know what it is.
Yeah.
What's my background? People assume I have the right to be wherever I am.
Mhm.
Common folk make every effort to accommodate you and avoid your displeasure. So this entire campaign, you've done it wrong.
You basically have charm person on all the time.
No, not that effectively, but yes. But yes, I do.
As you ask the person nearest to you, it is a small child.
No,
And-
adult.
Oh, you're looking for an adult, right?
Sorry, I'll be more
You look-
specific next time.
That's right. You spy what looks to be a female elf that looks toward you. Although this elf does seem to have this wicked-looking curled horn above her head, orangey in color, and she has these red streaks to the white hair as well. And she looks over to you, very tall. Yes.
First of all, you're very pretty. Second of all, do you know where I would find a bathhouse or a spa?
Yes. In the inn district, you'll find grasses.
Sorry, once more, Sheila.
Grasses.
Okay.
Grasses bathhouse. Probably the closest, but still quite affordable.
How much would you say?
About 3 gold pieces a visit. They pamper you well. They feed you if you choose. They offer massage, things like
And you seem like someone who would know a really nice place to go to dinner tonight.
that. Are you allergic to anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, if you want a recommendation of my favorite place, Greenwich Fusion.
What do they serve there?
A combination of things, seafoods, unnatural, newly found insects that they obviously test for taste, and other meats, other more common meats, but with a flair.
Not like poisonous or anything?
No, no, there's nothing risky like that.
I would.
As simply a wondrous tastes to behold.
Okay. Would you know somewhere that we could get some nice clothes?
Oh, certainly.
I want to treat my friends.
Buffrol is a merchant of these wares. Just and she points, and literally the other side of the street there is a merchant says Bruffol's, and it just has in front of them coat hangers, just with lots of beautiful robes of different materials. You've got silks of different colors.
I'm gonna lean in close to her and be like,
Just between you and me, my friends don't have too much money.
I'm not giving you any money. I'm
No,
sorry.
I don't need money from
I have
you.
nothing to spare.
That's fine. I don't need money from you. But do you think they'd be able to afford it?
Each piece. Look at your face.
Don't know how much money I have.
you guys have literally spent the entire campaign being like, wow,
Where's the money?
privilege.
She leans a bit closer. You may find that some of his wares are more expensive simply because they have been much better weave. But I would be approximately maybe a few silver pieces per piece.
Do they have a clearance section?
Not sure what that is. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. You've been very helpful. I hope you have a good day.
And you?
Are we friends now?
She just walks away at that. looks back once with a very confused look on her
Let's
face.
go get clothes. We're right here.
Sure.
As you enter, you see
I
this.
think you should get a hat with a feather in it.
Get a hat. Give you a feather.
As you walk in, you see the who would probably be Buffrol, this old human male that just seems to be folding clothes. You see a plethora of different materials, silks, cottons, wool, all sorts of leather as well, sheepskin, all sorts of things. Clothing in general, very clean, very well made. Nothing there looks like it's half done, half-assed. And this passerby was right. It's about a few silver pieces per piece. So a cloak is about 12 silver because it's a lot more material. Decide what you want to get. And
Sid.
color.
I know that you look incredibly good in your clothing.
First truthful thing you said today.
I've told the truth all day. However, there may come a time where we must enter an event that requires us to disguise ourselves.
As not looking like shit.
He doesn't look like shit.
Sorry.
You also said that he would you'd get freaky with him on the reg.
Yeah. I have low stand. Never mind. Never mind.
I've seen you peeping when you're flying above.
I've been peeping. And I go off to look at some robes.
So think of this not as an outfit, but as a disguise.
I don't like your patronizing tone.
I'm genuinely not trying to patronize you. I'm just trying to be nice.
I can appreciate that. I'll
Why
get
don't
a
you try to
robe
villainize
robe
me?
or something off the rack. Do you honestly think this would suit me?
Yes.
Well, how would I know if you don't try it on?
I can tell you right now. I'm not going to walk around looking like a ponce.
Well, then don't get literally the exact same thing in a different color. They have leather here.
Then I'll be a ponce in a different color.
I think you are being very, very degrading of yourself, and you should take a long, hard look in the mirror.
Sky blue's already taken. I'm wearing sky blue.
As this conversation is going on, is there like the clothing? Are they on like
They're on clothes
they're on
hangers.
clothes racks,
hangers.
which you normally see? You just hear this like hoods just like filtering through the clothes, like this might look good.
Cool.
Is there a shop assistant?
There seems to be this person, Buffalo, who did introduce himself to you as you entered. He comes up and
You have
does
to
ask.
spell that.
Bofrol. and he asks if he can assist you.
Yes.
Assistance.
Yes, I'm looking for an entirely new outfit. The whole lot. Clothes, robes, boots, cloak. Gosh, even a mask if you've got something of that sort. Sky blue, the whole lot.
Ooh, like a masquerade.
Yeah, something of that nature. But sky
No.
blue.
Specific colors will increase the price, sir. Madam, sorry.
That's
My
fine.
eyes.
That's fine.
In total, about 67 silver pieces I can have made up for you.
No problem. 67 silver pieces it is.
And he procures such things very quickly.
Do you have dresses?
Yes. And he points over to his left where there is just dresses galore.
Do you have-
Greens, whites, pinks, blues.
Do you have anything in my color?
So like the same colors that I'm wearing.
Which
So
are?
teal or amber.
Yep, there's plenty of teal
I'm
amber.
gonna pick the prettiest one.
Okay. This one in particular
Not
is
like over the top dressy. Just
Okay.
like casual.
Nice.
okay. I don't know what that means, but we
Like-
will assume that he has one
Yeah,
for you.
okay, good. Thank you.
16 silver pieces.
Cool. Like I could walk into a nice place in it.
Sure.
But yeah.
I guess if anyone's looking, I'd pick off something very extravagant,
Mm-hmm.
put it on for a sec, look at myself in the mirror, look very proud, and then look very sad, and then take it off, put it on, and I walk out the shop.
While on or off?
And I take it off.
I'll take it off. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're not buying anything?
No.
No problem.
Do I see what he put down?
Are you?
It would be something very regal.
Oh
with-
yeah. This is a almost similar to Tinier, which is sorry, not Tinier.
be like
the
Victorian, I feel like.
yeah, all very the buttons down the front all
Yeah.
the way to the bottom, and then almost like a full on cloak, heavy. You've got the gold inlay around you. You've got reds and purples in patches, but beautifully designed around, so it matches amazingly. You also put on matching boots, all perfectly black, pointed tips. It is regal as. But then you do take them off and
Hey,
put
how
them
much
Okay.
for what he was just picking up?
This is the only the second cloak I've been able to procure. That is about 44 silver pieces.
I will have it. Can you wrap it up so that he can't see it?
Very
I
well.
can put it in my bag.
Very well. Are you doing anything, Sid?
I guess I'd be turning my nose up at most things in the shop, but I'd be looking at some jackets, something like that.
Okay. Yep. You find fairly plain-looking black jackets on, some checkered ones, some colourful. Any particular colour you're thinking?
Maybe a black one.
Black one. Yep. You gather a fairly thick-looking leather jacket, and you seem like it's a fair fit, and it's about 22 silver pieces, if you want it.
Is it like a nice looking jacket?
It is. It's actually quite. Yeah, it is nice. Going out. Yeah. And it looks even more protected from winding. Protected from winds, winter, things like that.
I guess I would buy that and maybe a little silken pocket square or something.
Yep. Okay. No problem. He has that for you. Another silver for that.
Is it 10 silver to a gold?
It's 100.
100. Yeah.
100. Yeah. There you go. I'm feeling gold.
How do we feel? We all got outfits?
I'm gonna hold my sleeve up to the sky and look at it. Seems to be pretty much the same color.
It is very similar. Nice shade.
I'm gonna say, keep an eye on me while I fly for a second. I want to see how much harder this is to see me while I'm wearing these clothes. And take off up into the sky, maybe like 120, 130 feet up.
Can I see her?
Make a perception check, but do so at disadvantage, please.
Sick.
No. 8.
Bello!
I'm gonna come back down. Did it work?
Yes, I did not see you at all.
Sweet.
It was quite frightening. I thought you had fallen.
Brilliant. I'm gonna rush back inside quickly. I want the exact same outfit, but I wanted one in jet black, like the night, and one stormy grey.
I'm sorry I don't have those available right this moment. Can you come back? I pay on arrival?
Could you
Yes.
have them done by tomorrow?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, for sure. We'll be back.
The same amount per
Same.
outfit.
We might send a runner or someone to.
Very well. Well, your name, Madam
Luna.
Valuna.
Valuna.
No,
Nice
no,
to
no.
meet you.
No. I'm Luna. You can put it under my name.
Very well, Luna. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Valuna, it is a pleasure.
Wasn't even know.
Shall we?
I guess as you exited the store, you would see me tearing off the sleeves to the nice leather jacket and like whipping it into the dirt ground and grabbing a couple of rocks and distressing the leather. And
But I'm
Yeah.
already outside. Am I watching you do this?
yeah,
What the fuck?
it's getting there.
To the
Alright.
bathhouse?
In the bathroom.
The bathhouse would be the best of places.
Are
You
you
all-
okay?
Yes. I'm not so sure if you need to ask me that question, but perhaps Sid?
No, I just mean you looked really sad.
Well, yes.
Why?
These are the robes of the people that overwatched me.
What do you mean?
Perhaps we can talk about this at the bathhouse.
Okay.
Let's head on.
All right.
As we're walking, I'll explain to Hood. It's cooler this way. You take something
Yes.
nice,
I see what you're doing.
make it all distressed, and get the bad boy look going.
What are you gonna do with the sleeves?
I'm actually keeping the sleeves.
Mhm.
You know, you can use it for something.
You could get, you know, those little pins, and you squeeze them, and then you squeeze them back out.
Not they called buttons.
No, the metal ones. You could like,
Yeah.
round.
I've seen that. I've seen that before.
That would be cool.
I've seen people jam it through their nose as well.
No, don't do that.
Mm.
Oh gosh.
I thought about it, but then I saw a girl do it once at this bar back home. She jumped into the little mosh pit watching one of the bands play.
What's a mosh pit?
Oh,
Pit full
you
of
know
mosh.
these little
What's mosh?
bards that play in the corners of the pubs that we've been in?
Yeah.
I think more aggressive than that. Like a bar that's specifically for music. And people
Never
get a bit
been.
riled up. But this poor girl, she did that and then it got ripped straight out. The big split. Made me second guess that choice.
The piercing? I'm sure I've heard of stories of the people from the Wildwoods have the piercings.
Why it's good not to have any ears.
Just sound holes, eh?
The sound holes.
How do you decorate your sound holes?
The beautiful talking and the conversation that you've been having while heading towards the direction of Scrass's bathhouse has led you to just reminisce about the encounter with the fake messenger and the queen that is said to be housed in the Worldwood forests, and your interaction with the Goliath, and it has made you once again closer together, finding out a bit more about each other and growing stronger. And you level up to level 3.
You're lying.
Nope, level 3, and that's where we end our session this
No, we
evening.
have to roll. We
On
have
the
to
way-
roll our invoice.
On the way to the bathhouse, you are now.
Wow, that was a good.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's poor bathhouse, you've just given us more power.
Please tell
The
me
bathhouse will not see it coming. Oh, rolling on stream, you like
Oh
yeah.
no, I rolled a 1. That's for bragging at you. That's fair. I rolled max last time.
A
So.
3.
I'm okay.
What do we get at level 3? I forget.
Well, you will have to You'll have
I
to.
just ended the rolling video. How dare you?
Oh, there were 7 episodes in. I think level 3 is fairly fair.
Fairly fair.
Fairly fair. With that, I will let you. I'll let you lament and celebrate your roles, but we'll leave it for this evening. Congratulations again on our winner for the class glass. So well done again, reflex save. Thank you, and we'll put up some details up for Aeoncraft's giveaway, the monthly giveaway for the shirt. We're super excited. But next week, can't wait to see you all, and we'll all be level 3. So
just a last minute shout out. Everyone that joined yesterday as well, amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you to our new followers too,
yes,
and our
as
new
well,
people
yeah.
in chat. Thanks for
Yeah.
the
Raid
follow
as well.
commissions,
Yeah,
and for the raid. Oh my god, yes.
yeah.
Love it. Love tonight. Have had a great time. Have a great week. And hopefully we'll see some more streaming.
Yeah, so Sundays I'm starting a new stream called Sunday Session Shenanigans.
Awesome.
Where I play Horizon Zero Dawn and some other games on Sundays for way too long while Ben works. Because I'm a no
Who's the Ben?
God.
Mhm.
And if the chat can help me bully everyone at the table into Friday Night Fridays once a month, then we might play some things.
Amazing.
I hope so. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, have a lovely evening, everybody. Evening in Australia, but have a great night and see you soon. Ciao.
Big love.